The Moonday show. How are you?
Hey, good morning. Or, well, good afternoon. I guess it's already been morning. Morning's over, folks. It's afternoon
Thanks.
time. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
doing all right. How are you?
I'm good.
All right.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
murder pie.
Hey,
Brother Pike. Hey, how's it going?
greetings and salutations.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Good to see you, buddy. How you been doing?
I'm all right. Just enjoying a nice, chilly Monday morning.
I wish it was chilly here, boy. It's like 100 degrees here.
It was snowing here earlier, but it wasn't really warm enough for it to accumulate. It was like
Man,
40
looks like
degrees
global
and
warming over
snowing.
here.
Mm.
I don't know what's snowing, but we got climate change over here.
Oh yeah,
It's changing fast.
it's changing, huh? You know that
Mm.
happens between the seasons
I've noticed that, yeah,
when you go
especially
from
here in
winter to
Georgia.
spring.
Georgia?
Georgia,
I
Georgia.
have family in Georgia.
Logan, we've discussed this 972 times.
You have family in Georgia?
Yeah.
Dang.
I do too.
Okay, I've also got family in Georgia.
You are in Georgia.
Like Tammy and the kids live here.
You are family in Georgia. How about that?
Man, look, I was irritating Mark Reed so much earlier. He was trying to get
I
ready
know. I
for
can
bed.
tell.
And I was like, oh, I saw you're transgender bonobo. And he was trying to get ready for bed.
Well, I get your trolling and everything, but like the difference between the bonobo monkeys and human sexuality is they use it as a social structure and for stress relief and to resolve conflicts, whereas with humans it's more of a romantic thing. I don't think that the bonobos are, taking each other out to dinner and making plans and falling in love. They're just doing what their nature dictates.
Yeah, but I was all like, hey, Mark, what about gay bananas?
Okay, bananas.
What is a gay banana?
Exactly.
Please don't Google that. Please don't Google that.
Yeah, my phone just
Don't do it, Logan. You're a young man.
Joyful and happy bananas?
No, but don't, though, really.
Okay. What
Unless you
about
have
Ray
a Mac.
Comfort?
It's too late.
Does Ray Comfort comfort you with a ray of sunshine?
I would like to
Yeah, I
meet Ray
think I
Comfort.
think Ray kind of stuck his foot in his mouth with that one because the banana that we have today that we buy at the supermarket was selectively bred to be
Correct.
what it is. It's not found that way naturally.
I did see him do another video about the apple.
I mean, pretty much
I
everything
like
in the
apples.
supermarket is selectively bred these days.
Oh yeah. Even your Cheerios.
Your Cheerios were selectively bred, Logan.
Oh no.
And half of them are gay. Upwards of 60%.
And they have nanobots in them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I did see a
Yeah.
transgender tomato once, but I didn't know if that was like indicative of a pattern or something.
okay.
Hmm.
What about transracial banana?
Well, that too. This is 2024.
But yeah, like the difference in the human sexuality and the natural way that animals it's a completely different utility in the animal kingdom as far as there's a dominance thing to it. When we do dominance sex, it's called rape. It's not okay, but it's perfectly fine in their little species or whatever, their little groups. There's no laws. They don't have laws.
Are you sure?
They can rape each other all they want, but it's not rape. It's not the same thing because they don't
These seem
have a
like some
concept
wily
of
bonobos, just to be
consent.
honest with you.
Well, they don't have concept of consent either. Not
I didn't
when it
consent
comes
to
to
that
that.
information, but now it's in my brain.
Oh no. Uh, Brother Pike.
Yes, sir.
Did you your brother chicken legs?
I never said I was Brother Chicken Legs, nor have I confirmed that.
Oh, I thought you identified as a frog.
I have not even said that I was the frog. I haven't said any of that stuff. I've never even met the Crystal Methodist.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Clayton Daytona.
But I did meet the PC Presbyterian one time for real.
What about Ajax? You ever met him?
Well, Ajax is an emissary. You know, people only meet him as needed.
How do you feel about Ajax saying that you can't call Missing Maud Miss Angel Lady anymore?
Okay.
Well,
Well, I mean, no, how do you feel
Arbiter
about
of
it?
Justice.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if that is a reasonable request. You know, that's kind of like taking away your hopes and dreams.
Ajax being the community's arbiter of justice, I think whether we agree or not, we have to concede the point just out of respect for the office.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no, I know. Like,
What are you
nothing
guys
about
up to
bonobos. I was
today,
just
anyhow?
like messing with Mark.
Yeah, I could tell.
I've read a total of 0 papers on bonobos. I don't know if that showed or not.
I have too until today.
Those guys, it's just fun
I
sometimes
thought he was
because
saying Lunobos, but it's bonobos
they
with a
get
B.
bound up so easy. Like, I shouldn't say they because everybody's not the same, but when you have those particular 3 or 4 guys together at one time, it's so easy to bind them up and get them mad, and it's hard for me not to do it.
Well, I think a good point that could have been brought up there was the utility of these sexual engagements in bonobos versus, you know, how humans view sex. You know, we don't have sex to relieve stress. We don't have sex to establish our dominance over another. Well, it's illegal to do that. We don't have sex to settle disputes or social structure, and it's not the same function. Yeah, sure, it's intercourse or whatever, but it's not viewed, it's not used, it's not the same utility.
You ever had a
And why
dog?
is that? You know,
You ever had
Actually,
a
the
dog
point
try-
I made to them. I'm sorry, Logan. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. You ever had a dog try to hump your leg?
yes, but he's not trying to mate with you.
Oh,
You
Was
know,
he
that's not
60% gay?
Yeah, that's not like he's having, you know, sexual thoughts about you, or it's just an instinct. They don't even really know what they're doing.
Hey, what are you doing?
Get off me, dog. I've had my female dog has tried to hump me. It doesn't mean anything. It's they get excited, they get worked up, and then like instincts kick in. It doesn't mean that they're like trying to romantically seduce me or, you know, what have you. Oh boy, we scared him away.
Murder
Don't
Pike!
leave us.
He's Murder Pike! I don't like Murder Pike. He's Murder Pike. Do you know he's Murder Pike? Dude?
He's also the PC Presbyterian, Crystal Methodist. Oh, Missing Mod wanted me to watch a video, an exchange we had.
Okay.
I don't remember which one it was. I wonder if she would share that link and we could go over that.
Pants.
Pentecostal. Ghost Man at Gangster Ghost. This is uncomfortable.
What's uncomfortable?
Oh, I don't know. She said it.
Why? Brother Pike. He
I don't
identifies
know.
as Brother Pike.
Right?
This is Brother Pike identity. To review
Oh, I can't read that whole dang massage. There it is.
All right, sorry guys, I had to jump off.
It's suddenly Christian Pike, author of books. But we forgive you, Christian. Okay, let me see if I can find that video, the phone call. She wants us to watch Moniken's phone call. Wait a second. Oh, I'm in the wrong. There we go.
Well, when do you guys want to have that rematch?
Rematch? What do you mean?
Yeah. You versus Bird or Pac over Daniel. Oh, what was it you guys going to talk about?
He's got to write them books.
But he's Bird or Pac.
All right, I think this is what she wanted to watch. Correct? Well, come join the room then. You can't argue from chat. Who's arguing anyway? All right, I'll just go ahead and start playing it. And if you want me to pause, let me know.
Okay.
And if Missing Mod wants to comment, she sure can in the live room panel. Restream. Words are hard.
Hello, bad signal here. Hello, can you
Hey,
hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
I've been just crossed into Alabama. Anyway, long time no talk to.
Oh, she said, hold on. I guess I can wait a second. Do 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 do. Oh.
I'm missing Mod. We missing the Mod.
I don't think your microphone's on. Okay, well, I think she could probably hear us, so I'm just going to go ahead and start, and she can figure out her microphone.
I've been just crossed into Alabama. Anyway, long time no talk to.
Yeah, it's been a while.
How's your health been?
Been fantastic.
Okay, me too, except for constant back pain.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, yeah, I've got that too.
I have a list of questions I'd like to talk to you about, but
Sure.
Go ahead, you go first. What do you
Sure.
want?
Well, I mean, you made an apology or an attempt at an apology the other day, and it kind of got my attention. But you know, I'm not crazy. I do have PTSD, but I'm not crazy, and I certainly wasn't kicked out of the military for that.
Right, and I said that on my channel.
Well, you said.
And she left. No.
She be back.
Well, we're playing this for her, so I guess we should wait. We can play something else while we're waiting. Let's see. What do we have? Let's see. Oh, she's back. Can she talk this time?
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Okay.
I miss
All right.
Mod.
Hi.
You ready?
I was talking about earlier that I would, because you asked me if I thought he was being genuine. And I said, yeah. So yeah, okay.
Well, let's
Continue.
go over it.
Hello, bad signal here. Hello, can you
Hey,
hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
I'm in, just crossed into Alabama. Anyway, long time no
Wait,
talk
can I
to you.
ask a question
Yeah, it's been a
first?
while.
How's your health been?
What started this? Who called who? What happened?
He texted me. Let's see. I can
Out of the blue?
find
Unprovoked?
pretty much.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Pretty much.
I think he was watching the stream. Us talking. I
He
just wanted to
said,
know.
okay, so after he did his apology on Boland's, it wasn't really an apology. I asked him to come into the Google Meet and come on my channel, and he didn't reply to that. But I think it was like a week later, he texted me and said, "You said let us reason together. I'm reasonable. Please send me Zaire's mother's number for starters." And I said, "I don't have it. Only ever spoke to them on Facebook. What would you like to reason about?" And then he said he's driving across Alabama and to call him. So I called him, and this is that phone call.
Okay.
Been fantastic.
Okay, me too, except for constant back pain.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, yeah, I've got that too.
I have a list of questions I'd like to talk to you about, but
Sure.
you go ahead. You go first. What do you
Sure.
want?
Well, I mean, you made an apology or an attempt at an apology the other day, and it kind of got my attention. But you know, I'm not crazy. I do have PTSD, but I'm not crazy, and I certainly wasn't kicked out of the military for that.
Right, and I said that on my channel.
Well, you said it was found out later that I was crazy, which isn't accurate or true either. Like I've never been diagnosed with anything other than PTSD. I mean, I've had ADHD since I was a kid, but you know that doesn't make somebody crazy. I served in combat, Ken. I was in war. I've killed people in combat, and that messed with my head. I think it should. I think people that it doesn't mess with are the crazy ones. It's not natural to take another person's life. It's very not normal, and it had an impact on me. But it doesn't make me crazy. I mean, I'm a little hypervigilant with things, little anal retentive about certain things being the way they are for me to be able to, you know, provide safety for my family and everything. But beyond that, it's not like I'm crazy.
Okay, the rumors go all over the place, and they get exponentially greater every time they get told.
Sure.
Did you know, according to Julie, it was Cindy that asked Mackenzie, well, Cindy was rubbing my back, said, Mackenzie, would you like to rub his feet?
Well, that's interesting.
That has not...
Julie never said that to me anyway. I don't know if she ever said that to Hovind either, but she never. Yeah, it was Kent that made the request, and that's, you know, from everybody that was there except for Kent.
That
And
was
Kent says it was Cindy.
That was my guess in the beginning too, was that Cindy brought her in, you know, and it was innocent. And then it just got kind of blown out of proportion like this, but I don't know. I can just go by what they say. So.
Sure, but that's it. Cindy didn't bring Mackenzie in. Kent asked her. So that's from Mackenzie. That's from Cindy. That's from Julie. From Yulia. That's from everybody that was there. Kent's the only one that says that Cindy initiated that.
Okay. I mean, you know, I don't know how good of a foot rub you're going to get out of, like, what, how old was she at the time? I mean, come on.
That's the thing. Kent says he only ever got a foot rub, but that's not what Mackenzie says. Because Mackenzie says he had her rub his shoulders and his back.
Okay. So now we're doing this. All right.
Now grown into molested her.
Well, I never said anything about you molesting Mackenzie. I've actually stood up for you when it comes to that. I've told people that all I ever knew about was just massages, and I can't speak to what your mindset was. I don't think it was appropriate for her to be in there at all, but you know, that's neither here nor there when we're talking about people making those kinds of accusations. And I'll stand up for you there. I don't think you had any sexual thing on your mind with Mackenzie, but at the same time, you know, that's something, you know, that I'm her dad, and like if she was gonna participate in something like that, I mean, I wouldn't have approved of it in the first place, but it really bothered me that, you know, I was not informed or even brought up in that discussion.
Okay, just so you know, it was Cindy that asked her to come in and help, if she would like to come in and help.
Okay.
That's end of story. From my perspective, I broke my back. I've had whiplash twice. I get massaged as often as I can. We got a massage chair. I'm in constant pain. There's no sexual interest in anybody else.
Sure, and that's the point that like I said, I've brought up whenever I've heard that claim that, you know, Kent Hovind's a child molester. I don't think that's true. I think you hang around. I think you keep some pretty shady friends. I think you and I both can agree on that as far as Chris Jones goes.
We could discuss it if you'd like, but that's a different topic. So what are you trying to accomplish? If you go to these atheist channels and talk about me, I'm shocked you go to atheist channels to do it at all, but if you tear me down, if you get me dead, how's that help you?
I don't want you dead. I want you to be a good example for Christians, and I think spreading malicious lies about people is not a good example.
Well, like what lies am I spreading?
Well, about me being kicked out of the military for being crazy, being a psychopath. You've even said that, you know, I should be investigated for being with Mackenzie. You went on Brett Keen's show and talked about, you know, I spent hours and hours alone with my daughter in Walla Walla, and the implication there was that CPS should investigate me. Oh, and that makes me think. That reminds me, did Steve Lynn report me to CPS? Because I got an anonymous complaint a couple years ago that somebody said that I was abusing Mackenzie. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
I would not know. Steve Lynn stole a bunch of money from our ministry.
Yeah.
Cindy did not trust him, rightfully so. But I said, Cindy, it's my decision. It was, to me anyway, from my perspective, it's more of a leadership challenge. You know, I'm the one footing the bill for all this. Steve sort of...
Kent wants to make it out like it was only Cindy that didn't trust Steve. No, it was the entire camp.
No, but that was the...
Everybody had issues with Steve.
The wife. Yeah. But that's the wife, right? Like, so her opinion should be definitely more important than anyone else's. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's admitting that now. It's a little too late, but he is definitely admitting that she was right.
Yeah, we all were.
You know, what do you want me to do? I can't. I'm just telling you, you know, he's admitting it.
Jeep, and the guy gave us $40,000 for it. So
I'll give him credit for that.
Job, so
yeah.
I don't know how much he stole, but it's over. He still lives in the area.
Randall did too, didn't he?
Randall stole money from us too, and he's now in jail. He's probably facing life.
Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. You know, I hate that people have taken advantage of you that way. But you know,
I'm easy picking because of my lack of computer knowledge. I have to.
Well, it's not so much that, Kent. It's really not. It's you're too trusting with people. Like, you let Steve Lynn get way in control, and I know you had been friends with Randall previously. Weren't y'all cellmates at one point, right?
Yeah, we had Bible study together. I thought he was a good godly Christian man. We studied the Bible for 8 months together.
Sure.
But he was so good with tech stuff that he was able to hide it, and nobody knew. The donations were all going to him.
Yeah. Well, accountability was something I was always pushing for when it came to that position. And when I was there with Steve, I don't know Randall. I never met Randall, but I certainly saw issues with Steve as far as needing some accountability. And it feels like every time I brought that up, it was squashed down. And you know, but you know in hindsight now that Steve was not acting in good faith with you.
Oh yeah. Steve's a bad guy, and so is Randall. I understand. So is Theodore.
Yeah.
I've had several. So that's okay. But ultimately, that's why I tried to explain, Cindy, that you may be correct. Let's assume you are
What is
correct.
the
Okay, they're
story
bad. Now,
with Theo?
drop it. I'm paying the bills. It's my money they're stealing. Why is this
Yeah.
bothering you? You know. But it's at that point, to me, it became a leadership issue of
Why
you
isn't it
trust me?
pausing?
Jesus had Judas as a disciple.
Oh, there we go. Sorry.
The other.
Go ahead.
What is the story with Theo? What
Theo?
did he take money too or something?
No, Theo didn't take any money. I don't fully know the story with Theo, but I know that not Cindy, but Mary and Kent really didn't like him very much.
Yeah, I mean, look at the guy. He's a freaking character, all right. A destroyer. A Christian terrorist is what I call him. I seen Big Bad Mama popped in and out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, there he is.
Big Bad Mama.
Did you go for your walk?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Logan. How are you?
How was your walk?
All right. How are you?
I didn't take it yet.
Yeah.
I was about to go, and then I saw you guys were on, and this kind of piqued my interest.
Well, let's listen to Kent compare himself to
Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay.
And when he trust me, Jesus had Judas as a disciple. The other, and when he asked, he said, "One of you is going to betray me." They looked at each other and said, "Is it me? Is it me?" They didn't even suspect Judas.
Sure.
So it was my decision. It cost a bunch of money. Steve, I think, maybe made it square, maybe not. I don't know. Randall, I hate him. He's going to be in jail for a long time.
Yeah.
FBI investigated, found all kinds of stuff about him. Okay, I'm trying to drive through these country roads here.
I hear you.
Okay, so how do we make it whole at this point? Why do you keep going to these atheist channels trying to hurt me and hurt my reputation? And what good's it going to do you?
Well, I've been out of it for months and months. I took pretty much the entire summer off from making videos, from posting content. I mean, I posted a few shorts, being out like with my dog and stuff. I met Big Bad Mama this summer, actually. That was interesting.
How many names does Big Bad Mama have on my channel?
Oh my goodness. I don't know. I don't know. He's quite a character though. He's got a good heart. He really does. But yeah, I had dropped the whole YouTube thing for the longest time, and then I'm getting all these messages from here and there talking about, hey, Kent's calling you crazy again. He's saying you're kicked out of the military for this and that. And I can't really have, or at least I haven't been able to get in touch with you, but like that is hurtful, and it's not just hurtful to me, it's hurtful to anybody that served and has come home with PTSD. And
I did. Only survivor of his platoon, Marines, World War II. He killed people too. So
yeah, it's heavy. It lays heavy on people's hearts. So
I guess maybe it was overreaction on my part because I heard you say I might be a pedophile.
well, I didn't say that, Kent.
Hey, Big Bad Mama.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard Kent say that his dad killed people before?
No, that was the first time he'd ever said that. And he was kind of, I mean, it was almost dismissing your experiences by saying, yeah, well, people in the military do that. And my dad killed people too. And because Kent couldn't say that he killed anybody because he was never in the military. But I just looked at it as a way of kind of dismissing what you said about it there. But that was my interpretation of it.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt too. Kind of dismissive.
That's the thing. I don't know where you heard that from, but I certainly never said that.
Okay, I don't want to take time to even go chase all these
Sure.
rabbits and find out. So,
But
that's
as far as well, let's go ahead and put this out there: Chris Jones and Brady Byram. I don't think they have your best interest at heart either.
let's take one at a time.
Sure.
Chris Jones. I think I know all of the story behind Chris Jones, all different sides. And he was, blowing the whistle on the police department in his area. And so they got him, find something that did it for me. They put me in prison for 9 years. 52.
So that's a completely different story from the Bohemian Grove story, which Kent has many times used in defense of Chris's alleged innocence, that he was set up by the Illuminati because he went to the Bohemian Grove.
Yeah,
But now
maybe.
it's because he was exposing the police department.
Maybe he realizes now. Maybe he listened to. Well, I don't know. I don't want to say he listened to me, but maybe he's starting to think about it. Maybe he's starting to think. Well, maybe that's probably why he was trying to get in touch with Zair's mom. He wants to talk to her about it.
Yeah, but he's still
No.
making up a story, Mod. He's still blaming Chris Jones' conviction on somebody else as opposed to Chris Jones himself.
He believes the guy. He thinks that he was wrong, and maybe he's trying to investigate that. Rolling his own. I mean,
okay. But here's the thing: he believed that Chris was set up by like deep state actors because Chris exposed Bohemian Grove. Because Chris Jones told Kent that the footage he took at Bohemian Grove was used in Alex Jones's documentary. I forget what it's called, and I've never seen it. But like that's what convinced Kent. And also there's this what was his name? The crazy FBI agent. Well, he was an FBI something another, and then he went all conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I know who you're talking
But
about.
anyway,
yeah,
the guy with the glasses or whatever. But
yeah.
that video that Chris was mentioned by Ted Gunderson, that's the guy's name, it didn't have anything to do with Chris's case. It didn't prove his innocence. It didn't even bring up any of the charges or facts or anything. He just simply said that it was a miscarriage of justice and that a witness wasn't allowed to speak or something to that effect. It had nothing to do with exposing the police department. It had nothing to do with Bohemian Grove. So it just doesn't. This is why I said this was disingenuous. He wasn't being genuine here because he's changing his story to match the narrative, even though it's a completely different story than there was before.
Well, he has to come up with some story, talking to you, and maybe he's trying to figure it out. That's what I'm saying. Like,
But it points to self-preservation on Kent's part, and so it almost seems like he's just making up a story because he doesn't want to admit the truth about Chris Jones, which he knows is the truth. Because if he does admit it, wait a minute. Because if he does admit that, it paints him in a really bad light because of the times that he allowed him to go to Dinosaur Adventureland. So it's all about self-preservation for Kent Hovind. It doesn't have anything to do with if he believes. I'm almost positive he doesn't believe Chris Jones, but.
Well,
anyway, go ahead.
I mean, it's destroying his reputation, and all the people that live there are suffering.
I would agree to that. I agree. He's destroying his reputation, and the people around him suffer because of it. Absolutely, and that's why I have a problem with it.
With what? With no.
With defending a pedophile.
Him being friends and believing the guy should not. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I cannot stand this freaking topic. I'm so tired of it. He believes the guy. He freaking believes him. I don't. I think he's a freaking liar. I think he's a coward and a pedophile and a liar. And if he's still doing these things, he should be friggin' arrested.
Right, which he was. He was arrested.
I just think Kent doesn't believe it. And now he has no choice. He's got to face that. He has to. That's probably why he's trying to talk to Zair's mom. He's trying to figure it out for himself. Like, because if he's going to be, I think what he should do is tell him to go away. Say, hey, we can be friends, but we can't be friends in the public like this, because he's already saved, right? So you're going to run everyone away from DAL because you got this stupid guy up there. Just let the guy get the hell out of there. Let him go away and do whatever, and don't bring him to DAL. But
Chris
he don't like being
Jones,
told what to do, just like you don't.
Chris Jones is using Kent's supposed credibility to promote his innocence. Chris Jones has no other interest in Kent other than that.
I can't prove that. I don't know.
Well, I know that.
Well, I guess, is it a possibility, Maud? Now, I know that you believe that Kent thinks he's innocent, but is it possible that Kent is just saying that he believes he's innocent, but that he actually is just covering for him and actually believes he's guilty, but it is covering for him to protect his own reputation? Is that a possibility?
I think that he wants to believe his lies because that makes his situation seem more like it was the government. That's what Kent believes. That he thinks that the government was trying to stop the gospel and put him in prison for 9 years. He believes that.
That's true. That's true.
And,
he does believe that.
He probably wants to believe that other people are. And I'm sure that's his friend. He wants to believe what he's saying, and that's what he's doing. He's just believing what the guy is saying. So he's amazed by the story. He's like, look, I went to prison for 9 years. So did this guy. He got in trouble for, they set him up too. I think that's as simple as it is. I don't think that
I get that. I do. I get wanting to believe your friend. I get wanting to, say, be allied with somebody who was also wrongfully convicted. If they both think they were wrongfully convicted is neither here nor there. I get wanting that alliance with someone like that. But what I don't get is having the conviction, having the laws stating that this registered offender cannot be around children, and then making exceptions because, Kent is going to be right. It's Kent's way or the highway. Like, even when the government laws says do not do this, Kent wants to do it anyway. And that's what got him in trouble before, because he didn't get in trouble because of his gospel. That wasn't it. He got in trouble because he was promoting sovereign citizen doctrine and message. Mm-mm. Yes, he was using ministry
to just drop
funds.
This part.
Let's
is the
truth.
Drop this part because I know stuff that you don't know. So let's just drop it, okay? Because we're not going to talk about it, and I'm not going to let you. No. I told you a long time ago I would tell you, but this ship sailed.
You can't dismiss my claims by saying I know more than you do. Drop it.
But
that's
not I just don't want to talk about it because I don't want to talk about any of it.
Let's go back. So let's forget the sovereign citizen stuff. But I think we can all admit that Chris Jones had been convicted and jailed before he went to DAL, and that it was a bad decision on Kent's part to even have him there. I think everybody can agree with that at this point, even you, Maud.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's really the bottom line. And if we can agree on that, then, I just wish Kent would, agree that was and maybe he has, I've never heard anything, but of him doing some sort of, what would they call it, a mea culpa or whatever, I was wrong in having him here because he had already been convicted of these crimes by the government, and it was wrong of me to have him here, even if I believed he was innocent.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know what the heck was up with that.
Counts of, and none of them are right. So, if Chris is guilty of anything, it would be the absolutely lowest level of pedophilia. There's all kinds of different levels of it. Seeing a kid in his underwear that he already lived with for 3 years, I guess. Okay.
Well, there were 8 charges, 8 counts, and he was convicted of 4 or 7 charges and convicted of 4 of them. One of them was actual battery, spanking the kid when he was naked, that sort of thing. I've read through the court documents and everything, and I've actually spoken to one of the attorneys that he had mentioned.
Helen Brink.
Call. I actually gave her a call and spoke to her, and she said that
Helen Brinkman is the name of the attorney that I spoke to.
Can we
Chris-
talk about how fast you got those stress balls going? I can hear them. You were really had them going.
It's just magnets.
Oh, okay.
Did you find the other ones?
I just dropped it. No.
Chris was misquoting her when she told him that in her district where she was, I believe in Michigan or somewhere up north, that it wouldn't have been a crime, but they have completely different laws in Michigan and in California. But the fact of the matter is, by the letter of law in California, Chris did break those laws. And
okay, let's assume all this is true. Chris is guilty of spanking a kid when he's naked, and he's guilty of seeing a kid in his underwear.
strip poker as well.
Okay, and he's the babysitter. He lived with the kids for 3 years. Now,
And again, it wasn't just seeing the kid in his underwear. He got the kid into their underwear by playing strip poker. Very sexually charged game. Yeah,
Can you pause it for 1 second?
it is paused.
Can we just
Oh,
stop
sorry.
it? Yeah, it's still going in my mind too.
I didn't know which mark I was addressing there, but I just don't like when Kent says they're like, yeah, he was their babysitter for 3 years. Like, okay, well, that makes sense then to play strip poker with a group of children then because you were their babysitter for 3 years. I mean, that's kind of what he's implying by making that comment.
This
Yeah, one
And
time he
also,
said that like family were nudists too.
right. And also he said Chris Jones was convicted of the lowest tier. He was one of the highest tiers as a tier 3. So,
Yeah.
Tell the truth.
this is what 25 years ago. Okay,
Sure.
is this? Am I now guilty of something because I'm his friend? I mean, Jesus was accused of being a friend of sinners and publicans.
Well, I want to tell you the same thing I told you when I was at DAL. You need to be more cautious about the people you surround yourself with. Yeah, I understand that, Jesus dined with tax collectors and prostitutes, and that'd be my answer to you why I hang out with certain atheists as well. But, as far as Chris is going, I don't think he has ever been completely upfront and honest with you about his case. There's a lot more to it than you've even alluded to in this conversation. And not to mention the fact that he has new charges, which I have nothing to do with that. I certainly didn't start a college scholarship for Zaire to do what he did. He had actually already came out to his mother before I was able to make contact with him, and she wasn't surprised that somebody was looking for him because it had been going on for quite some time. I think the charges that Chris is facing now in relation to that are more what happened in South Carolina. So I don't know. I don't really have any connection with that case at all. But the fact of the matter is, Chris has the registration, the Tier 3 registration. There are laws preventing sex offenders from traveling with minors. And that was a big deal for me, and it really was the last straw when that happened. That's why I made my ultimatum. If Chris comes back, I won't be welcome. I won't feel welcome anymore because the fact is he is registered. There are laws concerning, those types, especially Tier 3s, and it was just so blatantly not legal what was going on, and it put me in a really bad situation where I'm having to worry about my custody with my daughter, and especially coming right off of a 15-month-long custody battle. It was just, I can't deal with it.
Well, I just talked to Ernie an hour ago. Ernie read the whole court case with Chris Jones. I said, now, Ernie, you were trustee of the ministry at the time. is what Chris did by bringing Zaire to DAL, is it illegal or just unwise?
And I'm going to pause right there because
It's illegal.
it's illegal. I want to see if I can find the video of. I have it somewhere. Go ahead.
I don't want to do this because I brought this up while we were talking, saying that I would do it then. You know, like I didn't mean like I wanted to make a stream out of it. I can't deal with this pedophile crap for that long. You know, like it's just so much. I just
Well, I think
don't
it's
you guys
almost
get tired of hearing it?
the phone call's almost done, isn't it, between you guys? Or
I think so. Hang on, I'm trying to find another video real quick.
I mean, I definitely didn't bring this topic up.
I know,
No, but
I
it
know.
caught your
It was
attention, and
alleged
that's
that
why
I brought
you're
it up.
here.
Exactly. Well,
Um,
I'd like to bring something up from what I just heard. Kent talked to Ernie Lamb the day before this conversation and was talking to him about Chris Jones.
Mm-hmm.
What is the connection between that and this conversation he's having with you?
Right.
There has to be a connection, because I doubt that unless he talks to Ernie Land every day, but I don't know. It just seems kind of strange. But anyway, I'm sorry.
We forgive you.
He said, well, it wasn't illegal, but it was unwise. Okay, that's a very different story. It's perfectly fine for him to travel with Zaire with his mother's permission to come to Dinosaur Adventure. He did not stay at the camp one night. He stayed over at Cindy's house.
Right, it was Cindy's house. Actually, it wasn't Cindy's house at the time. It was Mia's at the time. She didn't buy that house until later. But no, it's not legal for a minor to stay under the same roof with a tier 3 registered sex offender. It's a classy.
He said you didn't miss a beat on that.
Well, I mean, he's wrong. He's flat out wrong. It's not just unwise.
Stephen Boland said he was there when she sold the house. So I mean, you know about the house being Cindy's at the time.
Yeah, we know it wasn't Cindy's at the time.
Right. It wasn't.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But Kent is making that. He wants to make that claim, of course, because he's blaming a lot of things on Cindy.
Okay.
And that's just another thing.
Earlier, say that she was right about Steve. So.
Well, that's obvious. It didn't take her to. I mean, Kent's the one that trusted. Well, sorry. I'm saying he did blame Cindy for Kent getting massaged by a 5-year-old or what have you.
Wasn't she with her? Wasn't she with her being homeschooled? What was she not? Cindy wasn't watching her? Wasn't she 5 or something?
Kent is the one getting the massage and requesting a massage. So the bottom line stops with him as the person getting the massage. Obviously, he bears the brunt of the blame for that situation. To deflect to somebody else who's a current cult member at the time is obvious.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Cindy was a cult member at that time, and as was everybody that lived there. And so, as the cult leader, do you think they're going to really question the cult leader that easily? You must not. I mean, you have to understand cult dynamics.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
so what are you guys saying? What are you saying?
Let's get off
that it was like a perverted thing.
No.
Is that what it was?
But let's get off of that real quick.
Okay.
What else could it be? That she was giving him a deep tissue massage? I mean, come on,
We'll get off that topic.
So in the video, Kent had just said he spoke to Ernie, and Ernie said that it was just unwise and not illegal. But this is a conversation between Kent and Ernie.
Just believe it. Just believe it, please.
Chris Jones is an issue. He really is, brother. you use it against the ministry.
So what is the Christian perspective? Chris is my friend. I knew him before this happened. And, Saul was out killing people, and after he got saved, some of the church probably didn't want to accept him in there. I mean, I feel it's a similar thing here,
And I understand what you're saying, but again, the law will be used against you when Chris shows up. And that's why those with children, they have to exercise, they have to kind of exercise some caution and kind of stay away from him and act as if, it's again, the best thing is Chris as a Christian would be for him to come and have lunch with you or go out to eat with you or socialize with you, but kind of stay away from the ministry. I think it's actually illegal for him to be there. And I think that if the Alabama Children's Resources ever catches him there, I think they're going to arrest him.
I don't think so, but maybe we can do some checking on that. If he's going to move here and live here, yes. But to come visit?
To come visit, he can't even be around the school, brother. If he's around where children are and non-location of children is a convicted pedophile, he's in violation of his rules, what he was left with when he was set free.
Well, do you want to call him and talk to him about that? Make sure?
I really don't need to. I mean, it's going to be him that they go after if they come catch him around where children are. And brother, if they catch him traveling with children, it's going to be a real issue for him.
I don't know. It's evil what they've done to that guy.
It's evil, and that's what they're doing, is using it back against the ministry every chance they get. And if this gets out broad scale, it does hurt, because a lot of people, the first thing that comes to everybody's mind is, we just need to distance ourselves from them and kind of stay distant from them.
Where'd Mark go?
I'm still here.
Okay,
I didn't go anywhere.
Big Bad Mama go?
Everybody's still here, as far as I know.
There's 2 Big Bad Mamas.
Oh my! How did that happen?
I think I got a net. Yeah, I got
Oh,
I got to leave.
Stephanie left. All right, bye, Big Bad Mama. Everybody left us, Gangster Ghost.
So, thank you for joining us, Big Bad Mama. Where did Miss and Ma go?
They left. Oh, Robin's dog's okay. Awesome.
That's good.
Well, I guess we can finish this here phone call.
Okay.
If you want to. And no, it wasn't almost over. It's got like 47 minutes.
Okay.
It's 13 and a half out of 47 minutes. Ay, ay, ay.
Big Bad Mama's
Big Bad
back.
Mama. Everything okay?
Sorry, there was some snafu.
Oh,
Was it?
Yeah, it looks like we lost Missing Mod.
we lost Missing Mod.
Are you alright, Big Bad Mama?
Yeah. She can only take so much of that stuff.
Well, this stuff is hard for her. It's difficult for her
Yeah.
to hear because,
Right.
she's got her mind made up about what she thinks Kent Hovind is about. And it took me 2 years living there to come to terms with he wasn't who I thought he was.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. It's not easy.
Some people are still in it. Some people got out of it.
But everybody's on their way out. Nobody
I hope
stays there
so.
forever,
Well, I mean, even the people that I don't mean the people living in the compound. I just mean the people that are under his sway.
Yeah. And it's funny though, because the interactions I've had with the online Hovindites have been absolutely just not fun, like just hateful.
Right.
but I talk to people that are there, you know, and the people that have been there, and it's a whole different thing. It's like I was never that way towards people when I was there, not even online. I mean, I've known some of the people in our community long before I met you guys, even, and not from DAL. They were like on Facebook groups and stuff. Like I've been talking to Robert Beatty for, since 2018, and various people from that group as well, and Billy even to a degree. Kent Hovind really poisoned the well with Billy. Made us think he was working for Satan and all that, which isn't the case. But it's hard to come out of that I don't want to call it a mindset, but just that delusion that
Billy or Theo?
Billy. I didn't
Okay.
talk to Theo until I left. Pretty sure pretty much long after I left. I don't think I ever had any discussions with Theo until after I had left Dinosaur Adventureland.
Kent has an interesting cult because it is, he has so much material that people watched when they were children and, quote unquote, educational material, that he's got a big following outside of his own compound. And they've been with him since they were, some of them since they were kids and teenagers, and who knows how many people there are out there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's he's had millions of people, spoken to millions of people. They've seen his videos, spoken in person, went to the Pensacola Dinosaur Adventureland, which from what I understand was far more successful than the Linux one. He had a lot of influence over a lot of people for a very long period of time, and I get it. Like, people want to idolize him and set him up on this pedestal like he's, the greatest gift to creationism, and he's just not. He's a guy that's found a niche teaching tool that he uses to push his other ideas, which are the end time stuff, which are atrocious when you really break it down, because he's just waiting for basically a third of everybody to die.
Mark,
Yeah, go ahead.
can I say something here?
Oh, sure.
You've been mad-pawed.
Oh my goodness! I thought it was going to be a hard priest.
Well, can I show you something I have of T2R Big Bad Mama?
How is it, a short?
No, it's a picture I got right there.
Oh, okay. That's good. Did you send it to him?
Oh, not yet.
Yeah, send it to him. I think he'd like that. That's good. That's good. Yeah, but I mean, I think a lot of people accept Kent's, these things that we view as like big chinks in his personality, but they accept them because to them, he's getting the gospel out and saving people. And so they're willing to overlook some of the things that we view as major personality flaws.
Yeah. Well, okay, so this that I've got on screen, I know Missing Mod didn't want to hear this earlier. She said specifically, that's why I played the other video. But this is creation science evangelism, redeeming the straw man. And we're not going to watch this video unless you guys want to.
I've seen it like 3 times.
Yeah, but basically he's just talking about how to get out of paying taxes.
Right.
The entire time. You cannot do that in America. You can't use a ministry to promote political ideology. Like, and this is a political ideology. This is sovereign citizen stuff. They talk about it a lot. The sovereign man doctrine is what they even call it. That's why it's called redeeming the straw man. It's
Well, he signed papers to the effect that he's denounced his citizenship or renounced his citizenship.
right.
I mean, it's not even up for debate
Who's
that he did
John?
that. John Darcy.
Yeah.
I think he's still around and lives in the Florida area, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's
Billy.
see.
Robert Billy.
It's Billy.
Well, I was about 4 minutes behind and heard my name, so I was like, I've been summoned. So,
Billy.
so Kent, so going back to that, sorry to interrupt everything, but Kent made y'all think I was working for the devil?
Yeah.
I mean, I had to jump on after a minute of hearing my name and you telling BBM there that I was working for the devil because of Kent saying that. So I was like, what the
No,
heck?
I don't. I'm not saying you.
Well, yeah. That Kent, yeah.
Anybody that was a detractor, just like Kent goes and says that, why are you going to these atheist websites? It's because he thinks that they're working for Satan. So like you, Theo, Beatty, we're all just atheists trolls, and we're working for Satan.
Yeah, he's got a bigger problem with the Christians that are against him than the atheists that are against him, I think.
Oh yeah, that's why Christians that have an issue with him get blocked on not only his platform but all of his, well, not all of his sycophants, but the ones that have viable platforms like Standing for Truth, and I would almost throw Bolin in there too, but that's kind of a weak argument because that's not a very viable platform. But anybody that is really into Kent, they don't allow any kind of opposition from Christians. They'll hear it from atheists. They'll let Creationist Crybaby go on there. Well, up until recently.
Right.
But they'll let you go on there and ask questions, and they'll let these other atheists go on there and ask questions. They'll even have Satanists on their panels to ask questions. But as soon as a Christian that has a critical thought or something to say that doesn't fall directly in line with Kent, you're out the door. You're blocked. You're banned. You're a terrible person. And heaven forbid you go to an atheist website or you have an atheist friend. It's like you're automatically lumped in with unbelievers if you do that.
Well, that's weird because I didn't have any atheist websites to go to at the time. I just posted stuff on the channel that I had.
Well, you
and
were
now I'm
the
working for the
atheist,
devil.
Billy.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot. If we disagree with Kent, now we're an atheist. Ah, silly me.
I mean, he even treated Christian pretty rudely when they debated because they have different eschatologies or what have you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Big Bad Mama. I heard before, I just remember this the other day from TTOR. He said that here's this guy who's a big fan of Kent, G-Man. He called everyone on there who supported Cindy a atheist. Even him.
Jeez.
G-Man said that about them.
Yeah, G-Man was pretty big back in the day, but I haven't seen him around in a while.
I seen new videos of him. I did actually see the videos, but he posted.
Oh yeah, G-Man's still around. He's around with those folks like Shaney for Christ and all that stuff. I don't know if you're familiar with them. Pretty much breed of locale, if you know what I'm saying.
Loco,
Yeah, you wouldn't know who Shaney for Christ is, Mark, probably, unless you really jumped into the locale circles.
I know who she is. I think she used to be friends with Brett. I think.
That wouldn't surprise me. If we had our regular bredologist over here, Aiden, he could tell us.
Yeah. She had some problems back in not too long ago. I remember.
She still got problems.
Yeah. And
But yeah, back to Kent. Yeah, I don't know if he remembers, but I was on his side the whole time between him and Theo up until the time I went down to visit him. Sorry to interrupt you, Gangster.
well,
Oh,
that's
you
all right.
met Theo, huh?
I haven't actually met him. I've been on phone call conversations. I'm still in contact with him to this day. I still got his phone number and all that. I mean,
I do
Theo,
too, but he hasn't.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was gonna say Theo's a bit of an enigma for me. I like him, but at the same time, it's like, dude, chill out. It's like you gotta calm down with this rhetoric. You don't know the story behind some of it, but then again, someone says I don't know anything either, but I know more than most of the people involved with Kent. So, but yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I was saying earlier, the redeeming the straw man and everything, being the reason Kent was sent to prison. I was looking into John D'Arcy or Darcy or whatever his name is, and I come across this obscure website, famguardian.org, and this is interesting. I haven't seen this before, but it says a famous Christian evangelist who shall remain anonymous travels all around the country to churches teaching about creation science, publishes a new newsletter. He has made a series of excellent videos on creationism and runs a famous ministry we can't name. We bought is excellent video series, which is very enlightening. Below is the standard form letter that he sends out to any of the people in his church audience who ask him about his position on taxes. And 100% of it agrees with what we say in our great IRS hoax book. His letter is commended for the simple and clear way that he explains the income tax fraud. So, yes, he is definitely referring to Kent Hovind. Absolutely. But notice how it's like he shall remain anonymous and the famous ministry we can't name. I wonder why that
Rem-
is.
Reminds me of Harry Potter and He Who Shall Not Be Named.
Right?
Oh, and did we lose Big Bad Mama? Hopefully the sound from the truck doesn't end up making him where he wants to leave us.
I think we did
If so,
lose Big Bad Mama.
if so, I apologize for that. I mean, if he wants to jump back on, I
We
mean, I can
forgive you.
keep myself muted when I'm not talking. I try to do
We
that.
forgive you.
Oh, I'll keep making mistakes, but you'll have to keep forgiving.
Yeah, we got you. Ooh, and look, I just found Ernie Land in here. There's Ernie Land's name. All right. There's John D'Arcy. Hmm. Interesting that they would be so closely affiliated. It's almost like my
Yeah,
theory holds some water.
well, yeah. This goes back to the one Hovind file I did with the whole many men of Kent Hovind. I mean, I know I only did like a 30-second snippet of all of them, but they're all intertwined ultimately.
Mm-hmm.
Heck, you
What
could do
are
videos on just these separate individuals of Kent's affiliated with.
right?
I mean, he's got a rabbit hole that's like extraordinarily deep, and people just don't realize it.
Like, if you don't believe that these are sovereign citizens, listen to this. It says the problem is that the government is using your name. It is the same as if I started a McDonald's without their permission and ran a great business for years. At any time, the real McDonald's can lay claim to their name and make me stop doing business in their name. Over the years, most people have accepted many benefits the government offers in their straw man, so it would be easy to prove a connection in a court of law. I fear that we have been deceived and tricked into selling ourselves into bondage as security for the national debt to the moneylenders. They have made us into a copper top in order to suck us dry of energy. Yeah, that this is why Kent got in so much trouble, because he's preaching against the government. You can't do that in America. Separation of church and state.
Which is why I posted what I posted today in Robert Beatty's thing, because I know good and well he's still doing the same exact things that they're talking about in this website. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm wondering whose name it's under. It's probably like a CSE, IT Incorporated or something. And Joseph's getting the money in his name and then transferring it to Kent somehow.
Well, it does mention here CSE directly. So I mean, obviously this is very much in cahoots with Hovind. Was it saying you can buy they're pushing the book still. It's still happening. Hush money for $5. The 501c3 stuff. Kent Hovind is a 501c3, but yet he's selling stuff against that. Huh. How are they still getting away with this stuff?
Well, I mean, you're saying they're still selling it on that website, or because that looks like a pretty outdated website, to be fair.
Well, let's look at. Maybe it says something about a date on here somewhere.
Yeah, well, it probably copyright, trademark, whatever at the bottom.
That's what I'm looking. Oh, last revision was in 09. Yeah, that's pretty old. It's pretty old.
Yeah. That's why I was like, let's be fair. This is a pretty old looking website.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just a basic HTML site.
Yeah, even for 2009, though, that still looks pretty old, even for that, the standard then.
But, I mean, why do you think they say he shall remain anonymous and the ministry they can't name, but yet they're still promoting within the body of all this? They're promoting CSE, saying buy stuff from CSE that's related to this. Here's one. All caps. I am not the all capital letter person. See, here it is. This is the sovereign citizen argument right here. That's it. That's the sovereign citizen argument. Oh, and sovereign citizens are considered domestic terrorists, by the way. Did you know that? Hello? Am I here alone? Oh, there you are, Billy.
No, we're always here.
Well, sometimes my headset just disconnects.
Yeah, there's also a lot of times I'm just lurking around. I mean, I ain't got nothing else to do anyway. I'm just driving down the road, so I might as well sit here and listen to whatever y'all are talking about. But yeah, most of the time, sovereign citizens are just ignorant as can be anyway, and they're just trying to get by with not getting a license, or at least the sovereign citizens I know about, they're just trying to get by without having a license and paying property taxes and paying for the taxes on cars and vehicles and registration and all that junk. But as far as them with their whole 501c3 and, we're just straw men, we don't owe taxes by the person, that's a whole different type of sovereign citizen there. That's trying to take it the one step beyond just I'm a free traveler.
Yeah, but if there was ever any doubt that, the reason Kent Hovind was prosecuted, or at least, identified as someone to be investigated, look no further. This is it. This is anti-government, very bad advice. That whole capital letter name thing is just not. It's funny that they call this a straw man, because that in and of itself is a straw man. It doesn't matter if your name is capital or lowercase. That is a delusion. Who cares? I write my name in lowercase all the time. I write it in capital letters sometimes. Sometimes I capitalize the first letter of my name and not the first letter of my last name. Who cares? My name's my name. It's not me. But when you go into, any kind of government contract, whether it be, you're paying your taxes, or paying for like city water or whatever, you're using your name, and it's representative of you, not some made up corporate entity that the government is abusing in some way. No. And what they're trying to do is separate themselves personally from any liability of the crimes that they commit, which promoting anti-government hogwash like this sovereign citizen stuff with a creation science evangelism ministry logo, which, I mean, here it is again. Here's Kent Hovind and John D'Arcy. It says creation science evangelism, redeeming the straw man. And yeah, it's read it and weep.
I'm trying to formulate the words in my head, but anytime we talk about sovereign citizens, it just gives me cringing thoughts in general, because I know exactly what they're always doing. They're always just trying, like you said, trying to skirt the law so that they can just stay under it, and they think, when they really think they're just above the law. So, yeah, it's just crazy.
Well, they don't respect the law,
And
because the law only applies to their capital letter name, right? And they're
I
not
was about to
that.
say, and as far as the whole name thing, you're exactly right. You got to have a name that is associated with you. You can't just go by symbols, or you standing in front of the judge physically. Have a name written on paper for them to actually file the paperwork. So, like you said, straw man. Literally, they are performing a straw man by not redeeming the straw man.
Exactly. Well, and these arguments do not stand up in court. They never stand up in court. Paul Hansen says that he wins court cases and whatever, and I'm sure he's suggested things to people that got them off the hook for this or that. I mean, he does brag about having gotten a registered sex offender off of charges when he was caught red-handed with CP on his computer, and he brags about it. Yeah, because of a jurisdictional, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I get, like, respect the laws and everything, but why would you be proud to have gotten a pedophile off the hook? That makes no sense.
And that's the only way that people like Paul Hansen and Brady Byram win anything when it comes to any type of court thing, is if there's a technicality, or it's out of their district, or whatever they want to say. But then what happens is the court files the paperwork in the right district, and then they end up getting charged with what they need to be charged with properly. So really, they're not really doing nothing but wasting the court's time with frivolous paperwork.
And that's kind of the goal, is to waste the court's time with frivolous paperwork and basically make them
Hope that they get tired of it.
Yeah, like if they'll keep bugging me,
Not to
I'll just
interrupt
tell
you.
them to go away. But ultimately, what it does is it makes it harder for the justice system to actually execute its function as a justice system. I mean, when you've got idiots who could just as easily go in and pay a $90 speeding ticket fine, but instead they're going to say, "I'm not the capital letter person. I'm created and not I'm sovereign and not a man in your sense, capital letter." That is so stupid. Like, just go pay your
Sounded
fine.
like Hank Hill just then.
Yeah, okay. Well, have you heard some of these sovereign citizens?
Sorry, go ahead.
Have you heard some of these sovereign
Oh,
citizens?
no, I get it. I was just throwing it out there. I was like, oh, you sound like Hank Hill just then.
But yeah,
And I was about to use the example of a $50 building permit, but no,
yep.
go ahead.
There you go. You'll yeah. How much did he spend fighting that? How much money did he spend fighting that? And how much money do you think that
I
cost
think
the government? My goodness. It's a $50 building
upwards
permit.
either the hundreds or close to 1,000. I believe the number, but I know it was on up there. It was well over 10 times the amount that he could have just be like, yeah,
I
here's
think
50
it was like
bucks. I got it.
$10,000. I think he spent upwards of $10,000 fighting that. And who knows how long he
My
drug it
number
out.
was way off.
Well, I don't know that for a fact, but yeah, but the point remains the same. It's,
Point being, it was 50 bucks. There you go. Get it done.
Yeah, $20 is $20.
I can barely buy a Big Mac meal nowadays.
That might be too much of a military joke.
Oh yeah, that'll probably end up going over my head then, since it was military. I was actually really close to joining the Navy, believe it or not.
Close
I don't
to
know
what?
if you've heard joining the Navy. Have you ever heard of a program called Youth Challenge?
Yes.
I don't know. Okay, I was about to say I don't know if they had it where you were, but I know they had it down in Fort Stewart, Georgia, and that's a program I went to because according to I guess I was considered an at-risk youth. I put that in quotations. I was considered an at-risk youth, so I went in there, got all the stuff I needed to get, and I was that close to being with the Navy, but I was like, nah, screw that.
Billy,
Would
what
you
if you went in Scotland?
But here's the thing: if you'd have gone into the Navy, would you have been a truck driver?
Oh, if I would have went ahead with everything that I'd done, would have done with the Navy, my life would be 100% different. I would have never met my wife. I would have never been a truck driver. I would have never done anything. I probably wouldn't even. Well, I would know the name Kent Hovind because under the church I was at the time, I've actually explained this in one video of how I came to know Kent's name.
Yeah.
But they had his tapes. It was called Northside Independent Baptist. So go figure. It's an independent Baptist church.
If you had joined the Navy, would you have been a truck driver? And there's a reason why I asked.
I'm not sure 100%. I have always been interested in it even before I went to that program. So there's a possibility, actually.
There would have been a chance that you and I could have been on convoys together if you had joined, because we had Air Force truck drivers, Navy truck drivers, the whole lot of them out there.
Oh, and I would have probably been coming out of, I was in Fort Stewart for that program. That's an Army base, though.
You could have met.
So I don't know. I could have ended up being out there with you. Never know. We're the same age, pretty much. But go ahead, Gangster.
You could have met Skylar in the Navy. He could send the We're in the Navy.
Yeah, and we could have both been spies and taking out the enemies with our bare hands, That's Skylar.
What do you think, Big Bad Mama?
Oh, DBN's back.
I need to work this out when I go visit that area. How am I going to work out a truck drive with Billy?
That would be so awesome. I'd love to go on a
And
truck drive.
we'll do a little video, but I guess you'd have to pick me up and then drop me off in another location. It would be a matter of me getting back somehow.
I was about to say, how would you get back to your car though?
Well, I'd have to figure that out. Yeah.
Well, you're kind of a local driver, though, aren't you?
Well, kind of,
Regional,
sort of. I mean,
less.
I primarily, yeah, I run out of a DC out of Savannah, Georgia. Granted, we all know where I live, but Savannah, Georgia is my DC. I drive for my company. Does work for Home Depot, so I
Okay.
go from North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida, and I primarily go to all the Home Depot stores. So pretty much anyone in this area who's bought anything from Home Depot, I've probably delivered it. So
That's why you're at Home Depot a lot.
yeah.
We'll try to work it out. I think if we did it, we would do a show together driving your truck. That would be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Put y'all back on the front windshield or something with you. And then you'd be on the same front windshield.
Yeah, both of your cameras just facing forward. Exact same view.
And then both of us
Yeah.
making
Like
a bunch
you're
of
not the same
noise.
truck on the stream. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
I thought I lost you earlier. I was like, oh, darn, I joined another stream. BBM's like, screw this noise.
No, your noise is not that bad. Restream's noise cancellation does a pretty good job.
Oh, is it? And maybe I need to start thinking about just leaving myself unmuted, saying screw it.
Yeah, it's really not that bad. I mean, you're unmuted now, and I don't hear, it's nothing obnoxious. I can hear the truck, but it's not like
It's just like a washing machine.
or a fan.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Yeah. I know sometimes it really bothers Aiden. I think he might have like something where certain noises might bother him. He's like, mute yourself, Billy. I'm like, my bad, man. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
go ahead.
Big Bad Mama, why don't you tell us about your trip to Dinosaur Adventureland?
Okay.
Did he have a
So
No.
this is an old trip. Do you want to hear about it?
Okay, it's the previous one. Oh yeah, I'm always there for stories.
Like, I know you've a horror story. I know you've been there, but I don't know if I've ever heard like your story, like your experience there.
Yeah. So I went to the South, and I took a trip to the South, and so one of my stops, not my main stop, was going to be Dinosaur Adventureland, because it was kind of on the way to Florida. And so I decided I'm going to go by Dinosaur Adventureland and take the tour. And so I got there pretty early. I stayed in Bruton, and I got up pretty early and went out there, and I kind of checked in at the Creation Museum, or the Science Center. And then I said, well, yeah, I want to take the real tour. Whoever was helping me out, I think it was Damien. And so we walked outside, and there across the way is Kent walking around. And I'm like, oh, there's Kent Hovind. Okay. And Damien says he wants to take the real tour. And Kent just dropped whatever he was doing at that time. And you go, well, let's go. And there we got in one of those side-by-side, what are they called? The side?
Yeah.
Just him and I. And so I'm in the front seat with Ken Hovind, and we're off on the real tour. And I'm like, this is kind of bizarre. And of course he goes and makes all the stops, and some of the stuff's really cool, like with the where you talk to each other through the parabolic things. That was actually really cool. And then he goes and drives the court. Yeah, the satellite dishes, and then he goes and drives a quarter mile away. You can still talk to each other.
Right.
That was really cool. And then we go off, and of course, Kent just starts driving like a madman and stopping and giving his Bible lessons at every, and I'm just kind of taking it in. And, he's cracking jokes, and which when you're there with him, they're kind of funny. So I was laughing. And, there's the hill that he goes, you want to go over the hill? And when he gets up there, it's a cliff and there's skeletons at the bottom. And, and I saw that and I go, boy, that's a really cool house, that little cabin by the lake back there. And that was and that's the one that Mark had built for himself, turns out. I didn't find that out till later, but boy, that was a beautiful spot. And it's nice. There's nice trees and stuff and the lakes. And then we get back. Well, we were feeding the animals and stuff. And I was just a little disturbed because we got to the potbelly pigs, or the pigs. And, I looked down on the ground and there's just like rabbit heads staring back at me on the ground. And I'm like, this is like a scene from a horror movie, and I don't know if that's like just how it's done or what have you, because, I'm not from a farm, or I was never raised on a farm, but I just thought it was very strange. So anyway, yeah, that was weird. And Kent was wearing a red sweatshirt, and on the back of it, it had every Trump child written on it and the dates that they were going to be president, which I thought was kind of funny. And so we got back, and there's some kid in a 4-wheel drive, and Kent just goes, "What are you doing?" And the kid's like, get to work. I'm not, you're supposed to be working. I'm not like, I don't know. He said, "I'm not paying you to do nothing," but he yelled at the kid. And then Kent's part was done. And then I went to do the science center tour with Damien. And so I went and toured the science center with Damien for maybe a half hour. And there was some cool stuff in there, a lot of cool fossils and things. And and then I decided I'm going to bail. And so I told them I'm going to leave and go take a nap. And then I'm going to come back at night to go to the Whack an Atheist taping in the church. And so I went back to my hotel and took a nap. And then I drove back out there, and it was dark when I drove back out there, and it's like dark out there. And there was like fog. It was foggy too. And so this is creepy now. And I got into the parking lot, and the parking lot was really dark. And there was somebody kind of scouting around the parking lot. And I don't know, somebody that was working there. And I go, "Oh yeah, I was here earlier. I'm here to see Kent and stuff." And so I went into the church, and it was a little bit before, maybe 15 or 20 minutes before the Whack an Atheist was supposed to start. So it was just me. I was the only one in there. Yeah. And then a couple walked in, and I don't know if I'd seen them before, but he played the guitar, and he was going to play some guitar before the lecture or what have you. And so he and I jammed on the guitar for a while. It was just he and his wife and myself. And he had written some Christian songs, and I kind of saw what his fingerings were, and I took his guitar and I played his song back to him, and he was like so happy, I'm singing his song back to him. And they were really nice people, really cool people. And then in walks Kent, and everybody starts to file in, maybe 15 or 20 people. And Matt Powell is there, and he and Matt Powell
met Matt Powell too.
Yeah, so Matt Powell and he do Whack an Atheist. And
Is it the one they
I
were both
was,
wearing red shirts?
I don't remember what they were. I don't remember. Yeah, I
Okay.
don't remember. I'd have to look at the photo because, so they did the Whack and
The one where
Atheist, and then,
they unzipped the.
Yeah.
yeah, it was not that. It was not that one, as I recall, but um, that was pretty funny, actually. And then Matt Powell took a picture of Kent and I, with our arms around each other. And then, yeah, and then at that point, I, just said my goodbyes and I took off. And then that was my visit. I didn't, Kent wanted me to spend the night in one of the cabins, but I said, yeah, I have a hotel, out in Bruton, which
Yeah.
I did not want to, I didn't want to spend the night there. So, yeah, that was it. So I thought it was a good experience.
Did he try to put you to work at all?
No,
Okay.
no, I don't think I
It
was
hasn't
there
been 2
long
days
enough.
yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I hadn't
Some
been
people
there
show up
that
and get
long.
some people show up there and get right to work.
Voluntarily, or does he ask them to work?
Well, he kind of, I think he scopes people out, and like certain people he just isn't gonna ask if they're there to work, but then others he'll like talk to them and be like, hey, you want to volunteer, you want to help out? So he's always looking for somebody to help out, but he will give people like the tour and everything. But I've seen people come there and not even take the tour and just Ken will put them right to work.
What will they do? What kind of work will he put them to work on?
It's usually construction project, whether it be painting or dry rock or sheetrock, framing, plumbing, electrical. He's always building. Like it never ends.
Is he usually building more cabins?
Not always. Like he'll build a church. He'll build. Well, okay. So when I was there, the YouTube room was where the bookstore is now, like right there in the front to the left. That's where the YouTube room was, and then after that, it got moved upstairs, above the shop, and then they moved it downstairs in the back of the science center, and then after I left, they built the church there. So like
Oh, okay.
that's like all of those were built. A new YouTube room, and that's what they always called it. But you'd build a workshop, a wood shop, additions to cabins, um, roofs over the little stops at various places, like the what do you call it? I guess it's just like a roof. There where he does the paper airplanes. I built that by myself. But the barn was a big project. It's just always building something, and it's usually something big. Whether it be
Is
an
it
apartment.
permitted?
No, none of it.
Nothing's permitted or to code, or?
There is no code in Conecuh County.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Did you get? Oh, go ahead.
the only
Did
thing
you
that
get
they
there?
are required to get code for or permitted for is septic, but Kent doesn't do that.
Yeah, I was about to say. I remember you saying that you helped install the septics as well. That was
Yeah.
not up to code. But did you get there before the side by sides arrived, or were you there when he was still doing the 4-wheelers?
4-wheelers. Yeah. He still had 4-wheelers when I got there.
Billy, you're roboting, I think. Still.
Yeah. It's pretty rough. Can't understand anything you're saying.
Maybe go out and come back in.
Yeah, let's do that real quick. I can pop him out and pop him back in. Let's try again. Can you hear us now, Billy? I'm
Say
just going to mute
something
him
else.
until he gets some service. So when were you there? I know it was after I was there, for sure.
You mean me?
Yes.
I don't really want to say.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to.
I'll
I
tell
kind of have an
you.
idea.
I'll tell you off stream when I was there.
All right. Yeah, I kind of have an idea, but I'm not
Yeah,
entirely sure.
you were not there.
No, this was after me because Genesis Baptist Church was not built
Right.
yet.
Right.
But it wasn't too long after I left that they started building that. Hey, Billy. There's two big bad mamas.
Oh gosh, again.
No, I
What
took
happened?
the other one out.
Who's the other one?
Just what we need. Two big bad mamas, right, Logan?
Yep.
Who's the other one?
Who's this one? Big bad mama.
Oh,
He had to go feed the grandkids.
Oh, Robin's asking if I was scared. No, I wasn't scared.
I could imagine it being kind of creepy driving there in the dark with the fog and everything, because it is very dark and you're going through like woods.
Yeah. I mean, there's no street lights. And of course, I'd been there before, so I knew my way.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad I had gone there in the morning because I knew my way pretty easily. But yeah, I wasn't scared. I was just like, it was so different than anything I'd ever been to. You know, I'd never been to a compound kind of like that. And I'll call it a compound because it is a compound. But
Yeah, it is.
I've never been to something like that, a religious compound before. So I was just fascinated by the whole thing. I thought it was really interesting.
who's
A
that?
compound, a commune.
Yeah. Same, I
Whatever you
mean,
want to
kind
call
of
it.
similar.
Yeah.
Who's that other guy? Who identifies as Big Bad Mama?
Ooh, another guest with no video feed? What's going on here?
Do we have another person
Oh, it's
here?
Billy. Yeah, Billy's
Oh,
coming on right now.
who's the other guy? Is that
What, this one?
no? Big Bad Mama. There's two of them.
Big Bad Mama 2.0?
Is that
I don't.
also you?
That Big
New
Bad
and
Mama
improved
doesn't.
version.
Yeah, it never says anything. I'm
That's
kidding.
how
I'm
I
kidding.
want to
I'm
get.
kidding. Silence.
Who is this other guy? Who are you?
I don't think it's anybody. I think Big Bad Mama might be signed in twice somehow.
Oh, is that me doing that? No, that's
No,
you doing that.
I'm letting you on, but it's not me. That's I think you're signed in twice, but I have control backstage. I can take you off the stage. I can take even the real Big Bad Mama off the stage. But now I don't know which one to bring back on. Did I bring back the right Big Bad
That's
Mama?
me. Yeah, that's
Okay,
me.
okay, good. How do I know it's you? How do I know it's the right one?
It's me, I'm telling you.
Oh no! Robin.
Robin.
Hey,
Hello. How are you?
I'm better now that my dog's okay.
Long time no see.
Oh yeah, tell us about your dog.
Well, she had like a place on her leg that was like some kind of growth or something, but it was a skin tag.
Oh, okay.
So they took it off.
Well, good.
Well, that's
Those
good
aren't
if that's all it
serious,
was.
Yes, I was happy. She got all her vaccines, and they took that off. They like gave her a local and cut it off, and gave her rabies and all that kind of stuff, and
They gave her rabies. Oh no.
her shot, you know, and her freaking tick stuff, and
They gave her ticks too?
yep,
What kind of vet you taking her to? They're giving her rabies and ticks?
I was afraid. We really were afraid that she had like some kind of tumor or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's always scary.
stressful. I mean, that's you feel bad for your dog.
Yeah, she's all right. It's like they said it was just a skin tag. They said that but we had them cut it off because we was afraid that she might like catch it on something and rip it off. And
Yeah.
they said it would hurt. No,
Did it need stitches?
no, it didn't even hardly bleed. Like they cauterized it or something, I guess.
Oh,
Right there.
good.
She been in there for just a few minutes, and they brought her back. And I took her to we have a dog park here in town. My best friend, her niece jumped off of a 15-story building, top of a 15-story building.
Ooh.
And anyway, she was a big dog lover, so we have a dog park in her honor here that that like a whole bunch of people paid for and everything. And so I took her to that. It's got like 2 pens, where you can just let them run loose.
Yeah.
Does she get along pretty well with other dogs?
Nah, well, we don't. There's usually don't ever have to worry about that. But if somebody comes up there, I just leave. I don't let her because I don't know. She doesn't get along with hardly anybody except people. She likes people, but she don't really like guys as much as she does girls. But she doesn't like the cat. That's for sure.
She doesn't like nothing, does she?
She likes treats.
Treats.
She hates squirrels.
Somebody mentioned treats, huh?
Uh-huh.
She's a cat outside. Because my cat's my cat's over here hiding.
She sounds like me.
Every time I sit down, my cat comes and gets in my lap. And Hope gets jealous, but she can't see her over here because I'm sitting in front of the desk. So
my cat and dog were sitting right next to each other, just staring at the wall a little while ago. They're not the brightest bulbs in the pack, but they're cute and they're sweet and they love.
My daughter says that about our dog and our cat too. I tell her she's mean.
They try, they do the best they can with what they have, and that's just not very much.
God.
Jeez.
Mine are smarter than some of the people I know.
Well, that's not saying much. I know some of the same people you know.
Probably. I do live in Kentucky, though. Remember?
Is he talking about us, BBM?
Are they in the room with you now? Are those people in the room with us now?
Yeah,
IR1.
I live in Kentucky, so remember that. So we don't have real high standards here.
You got fried chicken there?
Fried chicken? Did you say fried chicken? Oh yeah, we got Kentucky Fried Chicken. I heard
that's the good stuff.
I heard Aiden dissing old Kentucky Fried Chicken the other day on
Yeah,
here.
he was.
I didn't get on there and say nothing, but I was like, man, I'm sorry.
But he's a Canadian, so he just doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
Popeyes is better than KFC. Come on, let's
get out of here.
See,
I mean, you got a bowl with mashed potatoes and chicken and corn and the cheese. I mean, come on.
The red beans and rice.
What else do you want?
Red beans and rice at Popeyes.
Popeyes chicken.
Feet besides.
I don't eat Popeyes chicken. I'm from Kentucky. That's sort of like sacrilegious.
Yeah, it's blasphemous.
Blasphemy, yeah.
I don't even think he was a real colonel.
He was.
You gotta be careful going into Popeyes. You get in fights there.
He was a Kentucky colonel. He was a Kentucky colonel. That's what we have. Kentucky colonels here. You get made a Kentucky colonel.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to stir the pot.
Oh, of course you are.
No.
You're a troll.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Troll.
Speaking of stirring the pot, when we going to get a big bad daddy so that we got a big bad mama, big bad daddy, and we got a mother and father for creationist crybaby?
That sounds like something Gangster Ghost would come up with right there. You know it, Billy?
There was
Me and Gangster on the same wavelength there, you know?
There was a short recently with Mark and Missy Maud as the parents and Aiden was their child, right, Logan?
Oh my gosh. Logan, you hurting them there.
You can show it if you want.
I got somewhere. I don't remember what I put on them all.
It's a classic. You remember exactly where it's at.
Miss Ma, that's me. BBM, I heard you go talking to Billy about riding the truck. You can come to Kentucky and you can ride in the truck with me.
Okay. The milk hauling truck?
Well, you drive.
Yeah, I don't have.
I was about to ask, what kind of truck you driving?
I got a Peterbilt, but it don't have a sleeper on. It's a day. I got a day cab right now, but it's like
I wish I can get in a day cab, be home every day.
It's a 94 Peterbilt, I guess, something like that. But it's orange.
So you do day trips, Robin?
Yeah, I pick up 2 barns. Like I've got 2 barns. I've got one about 4 miles from my house and one about 15 miles from my house. I pick them up. Like tonight, I'll have to go pick up the big one close to the house because he really can't hold 4 milking. So I have to pick him up tonight and just pull a little bit off so he can milk in the morning. And then I'll go get both of them in the morning. And then tomorrow, I'll drive from here to Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and then back. I'll unload and come back.
That would be fun.
It's sometimes fun. It's not always fun.
I've been to Murfreesboro. I know what you mean.
I've been driving for so many years. I don't know what else. I don't know that I could do anything else. Really, I miss driving. But
this is the video.
Oh boy.
There it is.
What is that?
That's Mark and Missy Maud as the parents, and Aiden is their son.
Oh.
God, Missy Maud kill you if she saw that.
She was on here earlier with us.
I know, but she wouldn't like.
She wouldn't care.
Y'all are like. She's like wanting to kill you now, isn't she?
No.
Oh, is that Claude, Logan, or is that Mark?
It's Mark.
Sometimes I can't tell.
Yeah, Claude and Mark look a lot alike.
Mark can't tell the difference between Mark and Claude.
Yeah. In Logan's videos, yeah. Sometimes it's like, is that me or Claude? I have to look at the title.
And one of the
Miss Maud said
there was a video that Logan did of you, Mark, as Jean-Claude Van Damme. Wasn't that Mark?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got over 100 views.
Oh, here's one I got of Mark and Skylar as his 2 rappers that have over 1,000 views.
2 rappers.
It was crazy. We saw it, Mark.
Well, if I guess if you like rap music, that means you're not racist.
Okay, that's good.
I don't know about all that, but I'm not racist, but I don't really like rap music, so.
It's an inside joke. I'm poking at Maud.
Gangster. We don't have rap music here.
I'll listen to just about anything.
Will you listen to Tolik music?
I believe that, Mark. Every time I turn a video on, you're listening to Kent Hovind. So, yes, I believe you will.
Oh, my goodness.
What
That's not true.
What if Kent Hovind had his own rap song?
It's true.
He does. Well, young Hovind, anyway.
Okay.
AJ.
What if Truck Driver Billy's had a rap song? Rapping about the mean streets of truck driving.
Mine be country rap. That's a new genre, right? Country rap, by the way. So
Yeah,
Yeah, the
that's a
whole
real
thing.
one.
There's
I
like
heard
country
about that.
pop now too.
We be listening to "Give Me 40 Acres and I'll turn this rig around." I think they're right, Billy.
What is ratchet rap?
I guess he hears me.
honestly, I just
He's
listen to
having some
everything.
signal. Oh, there he is.
Oh, I'm here. Sometimes
Yeah, what is
sometimes I
that?
mute myself and don't
Oh,
remember
Yeah.
to unmute myself.
Did you hear-
I think I was overheating earlier.
Did you hear me singing "Give Me 40 Acres"?
Give me 40 acres, turn this truck around. Yep. Either that or listen to some Alabama. 18 wheels, keep on rolling.
Well, you
I
ever
used, to
heard
have, I used to have all them.
Big Little
Kicking
Town?
truck.
This dog keeps farting right next to me. Every time. Every day.
That's
Well,
just
if
for
it
you.
ain't farting, it's rolling around in the dirty dirt out there, sticking up the place, huh?
It's like she goes and lays down for hours at a time. And then just out of nowhere, she has to come sit right next to me, and then it starts stinking.
Well,
What you
Truck,
trying to ask, Gangster?
you ever heard of Big Little Town?
Oh, Little Big Town? Yeah, I know them.
I've been to their concert.
Oh, have you?
Cool.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing them in concert. Heck, the only concerts I think I've been to is like Shinedown, Three Doors Down, Kid Rock, and believe it or not, Master P.
Well, is that
Yeah, that last one's a little bit odd. Master P's out.
Yeah.
I've been to AC/DC, Aerosmith,
Oh yeah.
38 Special.
Going back to the late 70s,
How
early
about
80s, huh?
Marshall Tucker Band?
I've never been to see the Marshall Tucker Band. I saw Eddie Money.
Oh, Eddie Money, I've seen
Georgia
them.
Satellites.
I'm trying to think though. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I can't think right now. But I grew up in the age where that's what we did every weekend.
Yeah, yeah. I've been to so many concerts. I've made a list of most of them just to kind of remember them, but
Yeah.
I've been to almost everybody I wanted to see, except
Motley
for
Crue.
Led Zeppelin and Hendrix. I never got to see.
No, I never did get to see Led Zeppelin or Hendrix.
I seen
But I
Def
saw
Leppard.
Pink Floyd and I saw Johnny Cash.
I
Oh,
wanted
cool.
to see oh gosh, I can't think of nobody's name right now. My brain's broke. But there was like one or two more I wanted to go see. I wanted to see Stevie Nicks. Hello.
Oh, yeah.
I saw an interesting combination. It was Def Leppard and Brooks and Dunn.
Yeah, I saw Def Leppard too. Yeah, Def Leppard.
That is an interesting two act.
That's weird.
Isn't it? It was a good show, though.
I love Brooks and Dunn too.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been to
Till they
Truck
become
Driver
Trump
Blues?
fans.
I like Neon Moon.
You
One
ever
of my
watch?
favorite songs from them. I like Randy Travis too.
What do you think of that one band called? I forgot what it's called.
There's a seagull above my house. What the heck?
Chop Suey band.
Oh, System of a Down.
Oh, System of a Down,
What do
yeah.
you think of that song? What are they singing about in that song, Chop Suey? Is it sacrilegious or what do you think it's about?
Bob Seger. I always want to go see Bob Seger.
That's a good
I
one.
saw him twice, Robin, including on his farewell tour. One of the best shows, best concerts I've ever seen is Bob Seger.
Does he sing her?
Like you can go see him in Michigan if you go to Michigan. He just don't go out of Michigan.
Yeah, maybe, but he did his final tour a couple of years back.
Yeah, he still plays in Michigan. If you go into Michigan, he plays like around there and or he did like last year, like right around beginning of the pandemic stuff.
For he was looking
He's just got so many great songs. I mean, he's a whole concert, and you've heard every song, you know.
Oh yeah, like the Eagles, like going to see the Eagles.
Yeah.
Which the Eagles, like right now, you know, what's his name plays with them? The country singer.
Yeah, Vince Gill plays with him now. I've seen him twice, including when Glenn Fry was with the band, but or he died. But yeah, Vince Gill plays lead guitar with Joe Walsh, and they have another guitar player too. Vince Gill's a great guitar player, by the way.
Yes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's got a great voice.
Yeah, he would sing the high parts that Randy Meisner used to sing, like the songs like "Take It to the Limit."
Yeah.
Good stuff. What about Rush?
They put on such a great show because they would do a couple Eagles songs, and then Joe Walsh would play like "Life's Been Good" or "Rocky Mountain Way," and then Don Henley would play "Boys of Summer," and they kept switching it up like that. And it's like, wow, these guys have just so many great songs.
Mark,
My Maserati does 185.
Chop suey.
Yeah, exactly right.
Well, I if I told you what that song is about, it could risk getting the stream not.
Oh, sorry.
What song?
Chop suey.
Oh.
Oh,
Who'd Father Charles say? Hard priest.
Oh, I need to tell you, would you ever like to talk to Dustin about that stuff?
I can put it to you this way: it's about what Skylar.
What would they
wants
be
to do
talking
in
about?
Israel.
Needing a hard priest?
Yeah.
No,
If that makes sense.
I don't care. Gangster, as long as he's not hateful or something. I mean, I don't care to talk to him as long as he's, I mean, respect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's talk about witchcraft.
Oh, if you get him started talking about witchcraft, y'all will have a conversation.
Yeah. But I mean, I just ain't gonna put up with nobody being hateful to me or whatever. You know what I mean?
No, I wouldn't put up with it either.
Was he ever hateful to you?
No, but I just didn't think. I didn't think he was. Like me and Miss and Maud did that show one day. Somebody popped in there and wasn't very happy about it when they found out what we were talking about.
Probably Lupin.
I don't know who it was. I thought it was Dustin.
It might have been. I don't know.
It might have been Stump, I think.
Oh.
No, I think it was Dustin.
Oh, it could have been this guy. Matt
Powell.
Matt Powell. I remember. I watched that the other day. Gangster goes when you kept saying, "You been Matt Powell." I was like, God.
Cracks me up.
Oh, can I show you some videos?
I don't
Sure.
care what you tell me.
I want a hard priest. I want a.
You're never going to be able to live that down, Mark.
Yeah, no, I guess, no good deed goes unpunished.
Oh, sorry about that. We did that, Robert. Robert?
Huh?
Oh, what do you think of that?
What, the hard priest?
Yeah, Mark wants a hard priest.
No, Lupin does. Because he was complaining about Chuck being a soft priest. And I was like, what do you want, a hard priest?
I'm not thinking. I'm not sure what he was
Technically, you're right.
I am right.
That's when he came in there and was mad because you didn't teach, because Father Charles didn't tell Gangster Ghost about Adam and Eve, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was calling Father Charles a soft priest.
And Father Charles wasn't even in the room, like, when all this was going on or something. Father Charles was like, I missed that. And so he was like, why aren't you telling him about Adam and Eve?
I can do a pretty good Lupin impersonation, but I have to have a beer in me.
Oh,
several.
Just read him some scripture. Any scripture, he said. Any scripture. I was like,
oh, I got another video.
Go ahead, play with.
Hey, Bubby, what day is it today?
It's Friday!
But it's Monday.
Yeah.
That guy reminds me of Skylar.
Gangster Ghost missing. Gangster Ghost is trolling us. Trolling us. It's Friday.
Yes,
Yeah, right.
he is a troll.
Oh,
Why don't you just admit that you're a troll?
What if you're a leprechaun?
Oh, an anchor little leprechaun, eh? I've got an Irish accent. Can't you tell?
Big Bang Mama's still
Or
calling
I've
me
got
a
an Irish accent.
Oh,
Aye.
so we got
Hey.
another big bad mama to take his place.
That one's probably the same height.
Yeah.
Isn't Dustin supposed to be paying me a visit soon?
Yep.
For what?
I thought that was the end of last month.
He wants to punch my face. Well, no, he said next month. He had to pay some bills.
You leaving, Big Bang Mama?
Don't leave us! No!
It's
Well, I guess Miss Maud would come on if you wasn't here, Mark.
She was on.
I'm just joking. I couldn't help it.
She was on earlier. She requested to talk about that phone conversation.
No.
And yeah.
You thought that was funny.
Yeah, so funny.
Hey,
I got kicked off a bowling stream and blocked last night. Well, he wasn't even streaming. They were off air, and what's his name? Achilles was talking about the computer he was building, and I just recently built a computer, so I wanted to talk nerd stuff with him. But yeah.
Gangster, are you on Discord?
I was, but
are you not?
It was taking too much space on my phone.
You'll be able to have it on this computer I'm gonna send you.
Okay, thank you.
If Mr. Ma, is it okay if I send those things to Mark so he can play them that you made?
The song?
No, she did me some things for like my channel.
Oh, okay.
Now she's gonna go quiet. Yes, okay. Because that's the only person I got on.
What did Billy say to tick her off?
I don't know. She told me shut the fuck up.
That's not very nice.
Can I play one more video?
Oh, I said her again.
What'd you say, Billy?
I don't know. I said she came on earlier because she wanted to talk about that phone conversation, but it was her that wanted to talk about it. That's why y'all played that conversation between you and Ken.
Yeah, she had.
And now she's telling me to shut up. She is so confusing sometimes, but whatever.
She brought it up when we were talking backstage, and I told her I was going to stream with Gangster, and I guess she meant she wanted to do it like privately. So I don't know. Maybe I got confused, and she didn't want to, but she stuck around for like.
I was about to say she's the one that stuck around.
Can I play one more video?
Yeah.
Gangster, it's your turn.
Curses pain! Curses!
Oh,
that one.
Please look at that video. I got that from Big Bad Mama.
Oh yeah, that guy's interesting. Hey, I got a Discord massage.
Please look at that. Robin.
Huh?
What do you think of that video?
I really wasn't watching. I was trying to send this to Mark.
Yeah,
I got it.
I got it from
there's
Big
two
Bad
of them,
Mama.
Mark. There's two of them. I'm trying to send you the other one.
Oh.
That's a good job.
You're welcome.
Did you play it?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even see it. Hold on a minute. I'm trying to find you.
Yeah.
Was that the one with the circle?
It's like a
She said,
spirally purple
she
and
said,
blue,
sorry,
and then a
Billy,
circle
don't
in the
shut
middle.
the fuck up.
Live with Robin Webster. Cool.
And I sent you the other one, I think.
I aggravate you to no end. I know, Missy Mod. If I don't know what I'm talking about half the time, according to you, then it's something else that I'm told to shut up about.
Did you get both of them?
I did.
I'm just joking, though. Don't worry. Oh, my bad. I cut the truck off so I can be actually not have to hear that background noise.
You got a
Show
And the
the
backup.
thing
dog.
wanted to be,
I hate those
and the thing
things.
was beeping at me.
I can't stand
Show the
them.
dog again.
Those backup beepers. God almighty. I'd have to look at.
Oh, I don't have a backup beeper. It's just beeping at me for whatever reason because I turned it off or something. I don't.
Oh,
Oh,
I might
I
have to
hate
get
these
one of those
trucks.
dogs one day.
book
One of
of
those pugs.
What a pug!
Yeah,
I heard they're stupid.
they are, and they have.
Oh yeah, they. Let's be
breeding
real, they
problems.
are.
this is a story about Mark Stoney, the life and times of Mark Stoney.
But it says the warrior, the Mark Stoney story.
Yeah,
you're wearing a bow tie and a monocle.
Well, that's Fernando Pessoa. It's not actually me, but that is a book that I own and enjoy. It's a good book. I would recommend it to anybody
Oh,
that
is that the
likes
book you've been talking about?
here's 50-year-old Aiden.
one of them, I'm sure.
Look, he's 50 years old now.
Who?
Aiden,
Aiden.
58 years old.
That's not Aiden.
Not yet.
I really
Hey
don't know
Logan,
what
can I show the picture of what you really look like?
No. Like what?
Huh?
Like what?
I thought I seen
The one that you really look like. Don't you want to share that?
I don't know.
I think I've seen. Have I not seen you before, Logan? Isn't there like a stream or two where you're like on there?
He's showing he's got this picture, and it's what he really looks like. And you can't convince anybody otherwise. Not me, not Logan. You might not be convinced yourself, but it's what he really looks like.
Is it the hot one, Mission Mod said?
I'd say he's. I don't know if I would say he's hot. But I wouldn't say he's cold either.
Okay.
Well, we didn't really mean it. You should say it.
I don't know.
Go ahead and share it, Mark,
I gotta find it.
because I know it ain't nothing that bad.
No, it's what he really looks like.
Yeah, it's what it really looks like.
Here's the gang. They're here to mess some people up.
Oh, good. I'm glad I'm not a part of that game.
58 Aiden. Look at him. He's 58 years old now. 41 years.
I don't know if I have it.
See? You lost your mind.
I have lost my mind.
That sounds like.
Oh,
Don't worry.
Robin, yeah.
I haven't found mine either. Don't worry.
That guy Dustin, he used to talk about witchcraft all the time.
Steven
He
used to
said
talk
he
about
read-
it a lot too.
Yeah, he read about the Numnanicon, he said. You ever heard of that?
What now?
Robert? Yeah. The book from the Evil Dead movies.
Oh, the Necronomicon. Oh, dang. Now I can't pronounce it.
Yeah.
Necronomicon.
There's the real man.
Close enough.
That's what he really looks like.
Oh, you're talking about that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably would look like.
No, the hot one.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the hot one? Is that the hot one?
Oh, I have no idea which one Missing Moth's talking about.
Yeah, that's probably what it would look like.
The Gangster Ghost.
Oh. Yeah, that's probably
What he
what it
really looks like.
Yeah.
That's what he really looks like.
What about,
Fight me.
You been mad, pal.
Oh,
he got his fingers out now. You better run.
Got double finger guns.
Aw.
Well, under 18.
Well, you got to catch the first message she just said. Now that I'm actually not driving, I can actually read these.
Oh.
She said, "Looks like a baby though. I ain't into young guys. Well, under 18. LOL."
Oh.
End quotes.
Oh.
Too bad, Aiden. She's not into young guys.
You know,
Yeah,
you being
Aiden's
15 years old.
First time I met him, I thought he was 14.
Oh, you think he was 14? Oh, I was a year off. I thought you thought he was like 15, 16 still.
Well, that was a couple years ago.
Oh, okay. He's aged up now, yeah. Now he's 58.
17.
What does that mean? A nowhere man living in a nowhere land. Clever, but...
He lives in Oz.
Oh, like in Never Never Land?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I got your back, Missy Ma. Don't worry.
Hello,
sometimes. Wait, who are we talking to?
How
you know what size I am?
We're talking to my kitty cat. Uzzy, she's huge.
Mine is too.
7 foot tall.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm well above 7 foot. But just cut that down by about 1 foot and 8 inches, and we'll be closer.
Wait, I don't want to do the math. How tall are you?
5'4".
You're
I'm
about
like
Skylar
Claude.
size. No, you're Skylar
I'm
size.
Yeah, I was about to say Claude's also short. Skylar's a short fella. Something about the month of February has a. I don't know if by any chance are they also in the month of February, because my pastor is also born in February and he's just as tall as me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a short little fella. I'm a little leprechaun / troll.
I never would have guessed that, even seeing you on camera. You don't look short on camera.
Well, that's because of my width. That's because of my width.
Oh, we all got a little bit of that.
I'm here. Barbie, where are you? Barbie! Kill them all.
I'm here.
That reminds me of you two. Mark?
That's cute.
Mark?
I said that's cute.
Oh, thank you. It does remind me of you two. Yeah, he reminds me.
Hey,
what is that?
Missy Maud, I asked and you said yes.
You really think it's witchcraft?
It could be.
I don't think so, bud. I would never, ever use witchcraft. Well, you don't still practice witchcraft anyways, right, Dustin? That was something far, far in the past. What do you mean by that?
What?
You mean you still have urges to practice witchcraft and you have to proactively fight that urge? Huh. Well, what's a situation where you would be tempted to use witchcraft?
Okay.
This is
So
quite the
let's talk about
compilation
a
of witchcraft.
form of manipulation,
Right?
right? Which we know
Well, that's
manipulation is a form of
Oh,
witchcraft.
I wish I
Well, it
had that
also
clip.
kind of sounds like some manipulation, and as we all know, manipulation is a form of
He
witchcraft.
said it more than once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had that
All right.
clip of him talking
Hey, I'm
about
gonna ask you
witchcraft
about
being a
that,
form of
Steven, because
manipulation.
I've heard you say that
Mhm.
Cindy
Here it is.
uses forms of witchcraft based on manipulation. Could
Yeah,
you
well,
explain
let
yourself
me
on that?
ask you this, Mark, because you have like 2.5 seconds before I boot you out of here.
Oh, you
Because you
coward.
always come in when you want to be confrontational. You never
You
come to add fruits of the spirit to the conversation.
What are
So
you
if
talking
you want to
about, dude?
conduct yourself
This
like
is
a
the first
gentleman
time you've ever let
and
me in the
stay on
room.
topic, that's fine.
No,
But
this
if you're
is on
just going to
topic.
come
I'm
in here
asking
and
you a
make petty
direct
swings,
question.
you're out of here.
I've
Like,
asked
no
you a direct
strikes. You're just
question.
gone.
I asked you a direct question based on the topic that you brought up.
And I'm going to
You
give you
accuse
a
Cindy of
direct answer. Mark Stoney, you're not welcome back.
The real power behind witchcraft is belief.
Uh-huh.
Get the fuck out.
Sometimes you can see a black dot following that person on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
The boot.
If you ever try to stand in the black dot, right? So I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, because that's a little vague. It's not super clear.
Anyone
Well,
welcome.
I'm jumping ahead a few lessons. This is about like you hold the box in your hand, right? And this allows you to perceive the energy in the third person. That Jesus, I'm jumping a bunch of context here to try and make a point that you guys aren't going to understand if I don't make the context.
Okay. I mean, I don't have a problem with anything that you're saying. I am curious if there's any biblical text that kind of validates what you're saying, though, right? That's always helpful.
Well,
Well, let me ask you that same question. What's your biblical text to accuse Cindy of witchcraft?
All right,
Bro, Mark,
so
get the hell out of here, dog.
I tried to let you be an adult, Mark, but like always, you're a pathetic little man-child, and you always have a negative agenda to take down Christianity, and I think you're a disgusting, disgusting human being. I tried to give you a second chance. You will not be welcomed back, just point blank. You can keep trying to come back, but I'm just going to keep rejecting you. Actually, no, you're banned from the studio. All right. Adios, amigo.
No.
Hello, hello.
Mark, you're trying to take down
All
Christianity.
right. I think Adam might have stepped away.
I didn't
Ghost,
know
you
that.
still with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
It happens in these circles by accident.
Let me
I had
reset.
to put the baby in timeout.
No, you're good, dude. I don't really particularly care for that individual.
I don't either. He's really a disgusting human being.
They're so sweet.
But
Oh my
my
God,
mom
dude.
is a
I
direct
love that
descendant
Christian.
of
But a month
the
and a half ago, he was trying to make nice with you.
I forget.
Well, that was so phony.
Oh, I know it was.
That was so phony.
We all knew it was. But it's funny that he mentions all this talk about manipulation being a form of witchcraft when I don't know if anyone caught it in the last, Hovind video I did, which I shouldn't. Yeah. But nonetheless, Dan Posey was sitting there talking to Kent, and there was Steven trying to manipulate Dan Posey into making it as if you were spreading misinformation to Dan, trying to manipulate that situation to stir up more drama. Yeah.
But manipulation is a form of witchcraft.
Yeah. So by Steven's own standard, he's performing it.
He's a witch.
Like I'd have to go into and look it up, but
you said it's only the
she
women.
has
The women?
Yes,
are the women
but
who have this knowledge? Is that what you're trying to say?
the women, that's where the knowledge is passed down. Okay, you want to know why you can't cut the head of the snake off? Because there's millions of heads of snakes and they're not men. You're aiming for the wrong targets.
That's interesting.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, Aiden? How you doing today?
That's
Well,
like
nothing
so
much. I just had a
misogynistic.
question for you, Steven. You know, I heard your statement last night about how you'd bet your children's lives on Kent Hovind and the success of his relationship. I just wondered, wouldn't it be more appropriate if you weren't an absentee father that abandoned their children? You know, if you weren't that free to make those kind of comments and you weren't incredibly behind on your child support, maybe then you might be a little bit more suited to make a comment like that. I don't know. That's just my opinion, though. I don't know. What's your opinion on it?
My opinion
Aiden?
is the things you just expressed is a lot fake news, and I'm assuming it's from the Mark Stoney camp or possibly the crazy Robert Beatty camp. But I also regret to say, because of your incivility, you are out of here.
Because of your incivility,
Boot.
you're out of here.
You get the boot too.
You're out of here.
Well, I mean, you
What do
kind
you
of
think about that, Gangster?
I probably wouldn't put up with that in my channel either.
Yeah, Aiden's was pretty rough. I'm surprised Steven let him go on like that. I'm surprised he didn't boot him out quicker. But I think Grace, again? Get out of here, you stink.
Who's wrecked?
Oh my
gosh. That guy breeds on the lady god, and and his name used to be Grayson. They changed it to Rex because people thought he was the guy who debated Kent. And yeah.
Oh.
Oh no, there's a record of my ability to type on screen. I guess that's Witchcraft too.
Yeah. He believes in the lady god.
A what?
The lady god. A lady god.
A
Lady Gaga.
goddess. Goddess, maybe?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, really, it's just as likely that the goddess is a goddess as it is a god, because actually, what male has ever brought forth life?
Oh. Never knew that. Billy. Right, Billy?
I will say though that if
Wait, what is it, Logan? I'm kind of at the guard shack right now. I'll unmute myself in a little bit. Hold on.
If the goddess has been watching all this misogyny for all these years, she is pretty cold-hearted. But
wow. What do you think of what Dawson says there? He said all kinds of crazy stuff that
he's hateful.
It's crazy. He also
Yeah, it
said,
seems to be a common trend.
But
with some of those folks.
Mr. Mod says he's going through a lot of stuff, which may be of his own making, but that doesn't make it any easier when you're dealing with it, I guess. So,
well, who isn't going through something, you know?
I know, but sometimes it's worse than others. Like right now, I'm not really going through it. I'm not really going through it. I mean, I'm, you know, my dog's good, and my daughter's mad at me sometimes, but you know,
mine's mad at me almost all. She's gonna be really mad at me when she comes home and I tell her she didn't do the dishes last night like she was supposed to.
Yes, Mrs. Maud, or if you want to come in here, if it's okay with Gangster.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, what were you trying to ask me a second ago, Gangster? I heard my name.
I forgot. Well, yeah.
What's your favorite color?
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite color? Probably red.
They said it was okay. It's only up to Gangster, because the rest of them, it's his channel.
She can come in if she wants to. That's fine.
Oh, well, we're glad you gave her permission.
Get on those dishes, Missing Mod. I seen that comment. You didn't do them yet.
No, I was talking about my daughter. She's supposed to do her dishes, and she didn't.
Missing Mod was joking in the comments that she didn't do her dishes either. I was joking back, telling her, get on them dishes.
I'm not mad at her. I just, you know, I'm going to let her know that she forgot. And she'll probably get mad at me for reminding her. I'm not even going to give her any consequences. I'll just say you forgot to do the dishes last night, and she'll do it.
Sounds like you're hitting the teen years early.
Oh my goodness!
It'll be you
No,
that
I
has
ain't
to
mad
suffer
at her.
consequences.
I can't wait to see you in the teen years with her.
Coming, she'll be 10 in a month. Yeehaw!
with the way they act, kids like to act older than they are nowadays. I'm surprised you ain't already in that type of
She already does.
situation. Yeah.
She tries to boss me around.
Does your kid ever tell you to go in the corner?
No.
My niece and nephews.
She'll tell me to shush, though.
My niece and nephew used to tell me to go in the corner.
That's not. Corner right now.
And when they get mad at me.
I should have did the dishes before I left the house. Oh well.
I'm
Dang it.
telling.
Ain't nobody's got clean dishes.
All you dudes need to be doing some dishes.
I usually do them at least once every weekend. You know, I don't either. It sucks. I could have been misogynistic just then and said I do have one, but I was like, no, I'll bite my tongue on that one.
That's not really misogynistic. That's just sort of sexist.
Well, there you go. That's a little better way of putting it.
It doesn't really fit under misogyny.
Yeah.
Are jokes sexist? Can jokes be sexist if they're funny?
They don't bother me. I don't get offended easy. I'm not very fragile. Or
it would probably depend on if you actually believe it, or if you're actually just
but, you know.
Yeah, unless you're just joking around like I was about to do.
Why do women even need driver's licenses? I mean, there's no streets paved between the kitchen and the bedroom.
You know?
No, I don't believe in that at all, but it is funny.
That's not misogynistic. That's just fun.
Charles, he has a dishwasher at his altar.
He says working hard.
What do you think of that?
The hard dishwasher.
I want a hard.
I was about to say, Father Charles, dishwasher working hard.
Hey, it's
You said it, Father Charles, not me. You said it.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Barely.
You're low. Oh, okay. Okay, let me
you're
pull it down some.
super low.
Is that better?
Hey, is that better?
Billy, you might have to mute now. You're getting kind of noisy.
Yeah, oops, I muted myself mid-sentence. I'm backing up the trailer, so yeah, it makes sense.
It's nice and sunny out here now, outside.
So what's
still
that
cold though?
Huh?
What's up?
Nothing. I just was curious about. I wanted to ask you about the. I were you paying attention to the interview? Well, not interview. Lucifer.
I don't. You cut out a little bit, but I was watching that when Mark was in there. I left as soon as Mark left, though. I think, or right after that.
Me?
No, Reed. Because I was he was talking about in Wicca how there's like the threefold law or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I was wondering about familiars too, like and how that works.
Okay.
Like how do you?
Well, I'd have to go get my book because I never did really do familiars, but I have some information on them.
Oh, I thought everybody that started got one.
Familiars? Is that like furries?
No, it's a familiar is like witches, like they're cat, but it's not really. It's like a spirit.
It's something that
take over the
Something that
animal.
helps them with magic, right?
Kind of like a spirit animal.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't. From what I know, most of the witches that I knew didn't. Said sometimes you could get one, sometimes you couldn't. They had to pick you, not the other way around, or something.
Oh,
but I do have.
Oh, kind of like that. How to Train Your Dragon. Your dragon has to pick you.
I do have like a thing, like a spell on how to call one to you or something like that.
I've heard them that sometimes they're like weird creatures, that they're not even like something that we would recognize,
Yeah, well, I think that like you can, like some of them say you can like make them to whatever you want. Like you can be half this and half that, according to what you need, like for help. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I never heard that. And then,
but there's like 2 or 3 different points of view on them. Then some witches say that they are nothing but like spirits, and then they take the body of a cat, like, or a dog or something.
Yeah, like a shapeshifter or something.
See, a lot of witches used to run around, and if they had any cat, they would call it their familiar. And then some other witches would be like, that is wrong use of that word, because they.
I just call my cat fat.
They argue about stuff just like, about dogma, just like sometimes like everybody else does about stuff. So,
Oh yeah.
You're reading that verse wrong.
All religions, you don't have a religion unless you're arguing almost daily about your doctrine.
Well, like the Wiccans are real bad about. They see the Wiccans have like this Wiccan read, which is like do no harm and stuff like that, and it's the rule of 3. So if I send a curse out, it will come back on me 3-fold backfiring. I mean, they believe it all, and so anytime anybody would talk about cursing anybody, then the Wiccans would come in there and start gatekeeping, saying, "No, you can't be doing those curses," And then the group mods would have to tell them, this is everybody's can do their own magic. It's not your business to police magic.
Is that kind of like if you're pointing at somebody, you got 3 fingers pointing back at you?
It just, whatever you send out into the universe, the Wiccans believe will come back 3-fold. If it's good, it'll come back to you 3-fold. If it's bad, it'll come back to you 3-fold. They believe that spell. They believe that any kind of spell where you manipulate somebody else's free will, or you cause bodily or some kind of harm to another person, which would be like in a curse or anything like that, or manipulate their free will, that is a spell that will backfire on you. The Wiccans believe that. The black witches, which is not black people who are witches, that is, black witches do black magic. They actually, don't believe that spells backfire at all, as long as you take precautionary things.
See, I've read a little bit about that. They tell you to go to somebody that knows what they're doing.
I mean, I don't know how does. I mean, I don't want to say too much on here about what we've talked about before, Miss Maud, but
yeah,
I can take care of you for that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
And you will be safe. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Did anybody say hi to Rex? What?
I kind of did. Hi, Rex.
Didn't know he was here, but hey, Rex.
Just trying to see if this works better than
Well,
StreamYard. My internet sucks whenever I try to do any streams, but my internet's really good otherwise. I don't know what the deal is.
It might be like a what?
I was.
You're roboting bad, Miss Maud.
So, Robin, my question was for you. What would, like you say, it comes back 3-fold. What would be like the standard of what is good and bad in whatever you used to practice?
Well, I told you I didn't practice Wicca. This is Wicca, but I
Oh,
was
okay.
but it's not good or bad. It's like, okay, any kind of curse where you cause harm, like bodily harm or mental harm or financial harm. The Wiccans would not, they would not approve of that. And anything where you manipulate somebody else's free will, like a love spell or a spell where you like try to make somebody call you on the phone or something like that. Hold on.
Yeah.
That's not that. If you manipulate it, they don't believe in manipulating. So love spells are like completely. Wicca is like anti-love spell, big time.
So it'd be like the don't do to others what you would not want them to do to you.
Yes, the Wiccan read is pretty good, but it's it's like do no harm. I can find it. Hold on, let me let my dog out.
She needs to go.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Can you guys hear me okay? Because my
Yeah.
internet's like acting up.
Oh, we lost Billy and Rex.
No.
His wife must have called.
I gotta go here. Wait a minute, I'll be right back.
Okay. What? I can't understand you. Or, well...
It's telling me my connection is bad, so that's wonderful.
Stop it! We were letting Billy on at the same time. We was letting you on at the same time, and you kept getting kicked off.
Hey, Miss Maud.
What?
Yeah.
Was I getting kicked off? I thought I left.
Do you want to talk about this? We'll
No,
go
when you
over-
come back.
Go my channel.
Yeah, we can talk about it
Huh?
I think she said yes.
I can't understand what she's saying.
I think she said yeah, and then she started breaking up. But I'm probably about to hop off of here anyway. It's we've been on like getting close up to 3 hours.
Well,
But,
I didn't know if I didn't want to take up the stream so nobody else could talk.
oh, if y'all wanted to do a stream on that, go right ahead. I was just saying I was about to hop off anyway.
Well, let's
'cause
ask Gangster goes.
my daughter just got home, and yeah.
Okay.
His channel.
Hey, look, I got an end stream button on my end too.
Mark thinks he's boss everywhere. Don't he? Everywhere.
No,
He's the
that's
boss,
not
man.
true. That's not true at all. I am, what is it? The Master Chief here at Gangster Ghost International.
Head TP.
That's right. But yeah, Mackenzie just got home and probably gonna hang out with her for a little bit.
Mrs. Bonds, she had to drop out.
You're gonna help her with the dishes?
Maybe I'll take her to get a snack. Maybe I'll take her to the park. I don't know. It's a little chilly.
To be fair, you do some of the dishes.
Yeah, what have you been doing all day? She's been at school.
I've been on the streams all day, but did I eat something today? Yeah, I did
She
eat.
just come home from school and do dishes.
Well, they're her dishes.
She owns her own dishes.
She messes her own dishes up. This little girl has one chore in this whole house. I don't make her do
Wash her
nothing
own
else.
dishes?
Yep. I don't even
Okay.
make her keep her room that clean.
Yeah, mine.
Every now
I
and
don't
then
think
when it
mine
gets
has a chore.
every now and then when it gets out of hand, I'll make her clean it up. But that's usually when I've got to do laundry and she's got stuff thrown everywhere, and I don't feel like sifting through it all. Yep. All right. Well, I'm gonna hop off. You guys have a good afternoon. Thanks for
Thank
having
you
me
for
on,
coming
Gangster.
on.
Yep.
Bye,
Thank
Mark.
you.
Bye.
And then there were 3.
Who's in here?
I ain't gonna lie. I think it's just me, you, and Gangster now. It's just us 3.
Oh.
Unless I got myself muted by accident again.
The 3 amigos.
Well, it's about to be down to 2 of y'all because when I jumped off earlier is when I was calling the wife because I figured she forgot about me after talking with her friend for so long. Turns out she was still talking. She was still talking to her friend. So I was like, "All right, talk to you in about 2 minutes." And so when she calls back, I'm over to her. Go ahead, gang.
Big truck driver Billy.
What is it?
Well, my friend says way you can make it where you can talk. You have to go in your settings and open up the friends and party. I think.
Oh, you're talking about Fortnite?
Yeah.
I'll be real. I have no idea about all that. I've never actually That's why I was having so much trouble with the mic.
Yeah, my friend.
Because I figured the mic that I got on my head now, I figured that would work for being on PlayStation, but this mic doesn't work for that. So I have to get the one out of the truck to do all that. So.
Oh, and Robin, what would you say to Dustin to correct him about that witch stuff?
What do you mean correct him?
Like what he said on the thingamajiggy, the videos.
What did he say?
He said that all the witches are mainly women. I think he said. I forgot what he said.
I'd say probably 75, 80% of them are. That don't mean all of them. That's no. Anytime you use the word all or every or always, you're asking for to be wrong about something because there's no there's very seldom a completely. This is always like this. Oh gosh. She's gonna bark now.
Robin, because I think Miss Mott's having a problem having internet on here. Maybe it will work on her channel, your channel, I think.
What?
You guys wanted to talk about something?
Do you want me to go?
No, it's not that. I just wanted because she had such problems on here.
Well, I mean, I didn't know if she wanted to. I thought she was getting off. That's why. But I can go if you're ready to go.
I just want to ask you something. How have you been today?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm pretty good now that my dog's good. I was kind of worried about my dog.
Okay.
But, so does Dustin? I mean, I'm assuming Dustin does not like witchcraft, right?
I don't think he likes it anymore. He said back in the day he grew up. His mom raised him. She was like with witchcraft, I guess.
Oh, he grew up. Okay.
Yeah, and he's not a witch anymore, but he said that he saw the devils and demons with witchcraft.
I don't know. I never seen it. I mean, there's some witches that work with demons and stuff like Luciferian witches or whatever, or black witches. They work with demons and stuff. I never saw no demons or devils or nothing like that. I don't even believe in devils and demons, but I never had no kind of issues like that.
Oh, I heard he said he grew up with white witches.
Yeah, a white witch is like a white witch only doesn't do like the spells like what we were talking about. Like a white witch will not do curses. A white witch will not do manipulation spells like love spells or anything. White witches will only do spells like prosperity spells, beauty spells, like mental health spells, stuff like that. Find my car keys, bring me now. Like you can do a general love spell, like call my lover to me spell or something like that. And that doesn't really manipulate anybody's free will because it doesn't like pick out a specific person. It just sends out the intention of you wanting a partner. So that kind of love spell's okay with Wicca too. Those are white witches. And then black witches use what they call black magic, which is magic that is manipulative or cursing in nature.
Oh, they cuss a lot?
Does it cost a lot?
Cuss.
Oh, cuss. No, cursing. Like
That's a joke.
okay. Yeah, a curse. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
But like Wiccans are white witches, sort of. I mean, they don't believe in doing that. They don't believe in doing.
Oh, like the Wicca Witch of the West is the evil witch, and what's her name?
Yeah, those will be the black witches, and then the north and the south or whatever were the good witches, I guess.
Oh. Do you think Hillary Clinton could be a witch?
Who?
Hillary Clinton.
Hillary?
Yeah.
No, Hillary's not a witch. No.
Okay. But I've been on here for 2 hours and 51 minutes. I'm sorry. Decided to shut the show down. Been on here a long time.
That's fine. That's your show. Thank you, guys, Gangster, for letting me on.
Thank you for coming on, and hope you have a good and safe day.
All right, you too. Bye.